on through Sanctum City. They had pinpointed, with the help of Dark King, a professional superhero, as well as a couple other assets like Leah's legacy family, who are well known bastions of the crime fighting community, had found that some of the supers who, both with them and without them, seemed to also be on similar trails of some kind of nefarious organization, maybe linked to Echo, but maybe also something that's even manipulating that group itself in this strange blue crystal Pepsi substance, which messes with superhero powers. They had tracked these trapped and captured superheroes to a large skyscraper in the middle of downtown, and with Dark King and Leah's parents and a couple other friendly faces, they did a smash and grab with the adults distracting one of the agents of the founders, the very mysterious organization which founded Sanctum City almost 100 years ago when superpowers started to come about. They managed to eventually figure out the nature of the powers that trapped those superheroes. And after tangling with Agent Epsilon, who the teleporting member of the founders, they managed to free all of those superheroes at a cost. As often happens, our wonderful friend Seismic, played by the wonderful Big Bees, who cannot join us today, of course, started to cause some collateral damage, as is wont to do. And we had some kind of psychic mental interference from Chroma, the strange, metallic-looking Silver Surfer figure who was there during the attack on Leah's family home. And during all of that chaos, as the building started to collapse around Seismic and the group, Seismic went for maybe a killing, or at the very least a very powerful blow against the Agent Epsilon. And being the true hero that she is, Leah swept in and saved them. But not without a cost. As the building collapsed behind the group, the two of the group, I should say, as our wonderful friend Umbra is still recovering from a previous altercation. As the two members of our group here left the building with those freed superheroes, the armor, the divine protective armor that had only recently manifested for Leah, a symbol of this new relationship between her and her legacy, shattered across the sky from the impact of Seismic's blow as the building collapsed down upon them. And so we come back to Leah and armored nuclear gigaflop, along with the freed heroes. Yeah.
I did use my moment of truth last time, and I am not there.
That is true. That is right. Man, things did really pop up.
A lot of things happened last time.
A lot of
and
things.
It's been like 8 weeks, and we don't.
That's so true.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to take away, but can you reread what your moment of truth is? I would just love to hear it now that we know the end result is you're just not there.
My moment of truth, I am not there, dear watchers, because Gigaflop used his moment of truth to appear in a scene with Chroma across the city and envelop Chroma in the power-sucking fluid that Gigaflop had been peeling off of heroes the entire time, encapsulating the both of them in a crystalline prison that they cannot escape from. But Gigaflop's moment of truth is, it's so easy to forget that you're not your body, and you're not the voice in your head, you're both. Be the monster and save them anyway. Smash down walls and speak softly. Because when you embrace it, you can do anything. Of course, putting on a display like this is sure to rile up those who only see the monster when they look at you.
Yes. Thank you for that reminder. That's
Chroma was
right.
basically trying to cripple Legionnaire and keep Legionnaire from stopping this destruction and saving everybody. So Gigaflop used his Doom power and located Chroma, appeared in the scene, and wrapped them both in this power-sucking crystal.
As they had discovered that the agent who had captured all of these supers was able to make this semi-fluid, semi-solid crystalline substance, which was extremely effective at keeping even super-powered individuals trapped within it. So, Leah, you are flying through the sky. With the supers who you have managed to free. The building is almost all but collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
What do? You have the unconscious Agent Epsilon in your arms as well.
I think at this point it really hasn't stuck that her like armor is gone. I think for now she is just focusing on, all right, let's land once we're all clear of this, make sure everyone's okay, and then I should be able to get some answers and figure it all out. But for now we just need to get to safe distance.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think as she's flying, she's just sort of looking over to her parents too. Of what do you guys want to talk to him, or should we? Or
Yeah, you look back to and like start asking your parents this, and while you see Beetle and Stone Lady and Bomberang, and you don't see your parents or Dark King at the moment.
all right, I find a spot decently away so we can sort of all reconvene.
Yeah.
I think maybe even back to the sanctuary or near the sanctuary, just because it'll be far away and it gives us time to talk.
Yeah.
And is Agent Epsilon still
Unconscious in your arms.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just politely like lay him down just like right there for a second. I just look at the other heroes and like, what do we do?
Hey, Stonely will kind of step up. Again, basically like a full like marble statue of a woman, literally and figuratively. Just kind of, hey, first of all, nice to kind of meet officially, but that was not a small building. Luckily, it wasn't residential, but there's going to be a lot of damage control that needs to be done here. Also, I didn't clock either of your folks or Dark King on the way out. They may have gone down and out, but I think speak for most of us when I say I'm thinking a perimeter's going to need to be made, and we need to look for folks here. Sure, if you want someone here to stay with you and see if they're gonna wake up or
No, I should be
but
fine. We can get answers. We've been following this case for a while anyway.
yeah. The beetle's gonna walk up. I'm not gonna be as helpful over by the building as I think I can be, just keeping an eye on our friend here, if you would prefer. And just kind of like gives you a look like, go find your folks. It's okay.
Yeah.
Take
Okay.
care.
Thank you. I think I also want to just give Leah the hopeless condition right now.
Go ahead.
I think a lot happened,
Mm-hmm.
and like she's being looked to give answers, and she has none. Okay. I need to find my parents. Need to find To find Sam. I don't know where anyone's at. Okay, I got this. And I think she rushes back into the city.
Yeah. Why don't we just get a good old-fashioned assess the situation?
Oh boy. What's that plus again? It's been a minute. Ooh, that's good though. Let me.
So the superior.
Okay, so that's
And
a
then-
10. That's a 10.
I don't think you're not guilty, are you?
Nope.
Okay.
Just hopeless and angry, not guilty.
Goody. All right. Well, you have 2 questions here. You can ask for a person's location. So to find both of your parents would be both questions. Just to be clear.
I'm going to look for my mom in particular. If
Okay.
as long as I know where one of them is, I feel confident the other one to be found. I still want to find where Sam poofed away to.
Yeah. You start searching around the immediate impact site of the massive building that you all were just in, and it doesn't take that long where you see a superhero style impact crater of someone colliding into concrete and pushing it out of the way as they impact. And you see your mother with kind of bits and specks of this crystalline yellow crystalline substance from clearly the altercation that she was in, but looking a little worse for wear. Not like she looks better than she did after the attack on your home, but she's currently knocked out and looks like she got kind of tossed away before the building collapsed.
I think I'm going to try to shake her awake and say, "Hey, Mom, it's Leah." Mom.
As you start and try and shake her awake, you also notice. So she's not awake. She doesn't have her weapons and full glow about her, but you are familiar enough that her armor isn't up. In this kind of even when you're asleep, if someone were to just sneak attack you, your natural abilities and stuff would still kick in, but it's she currently doesn't have that up. She's vulnerable at this moment.
I think after she tries to shake her mom awake a little bit, I think fireman carries her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to find Sam. And I need to find Dad. And I think she's just racking her brain over the numbers of which one's going to be more damning. She trusts Sam to go off somewhere and not have his own adventure almost. And I think she's gonna be all right. If I find Dad, maybe he can figure something out. So she's going to use that to go try to find her dad.
Okay. So you begin looking and using your supernatural senses. It is not long until you realize that as you kind of have to sift through what is just part of the building settling, is that there are 2 unconscious forms underneath all of this rubble. 2 unconscious people who are alive but breathing shallowly.
Okay.
Underneath all of this.
Okay. I sit Mom down somewhere safe where I can get them out and don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And she begins to try to get the rubble moved and get these people out of there.
Yeah, I will say this would take a while, right? Like this is a lot of rubble. So, and the couple of the other supers are looking like they're able and willing to help. But if you want to be here for the full process, it's gonna be a bit.
I think she might try to use her powers to do it faster. She has supernatural speed.
Of course, even with
Even
your
unleashing.
powers, yeah, because well, unleashing, but it's still gonna be like
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I think she'll let them do it then. Um, if there's any heroes around, she'll probably confirm that she's going to take her mom back to the sanctuary, and do essentially a jump back there.
Okay. Yeah. You jump on back there. The agent is still unconscious. Beetle is sitting there and immediately just like jumps into action to like hook your mom up and start taking care of anything.
I think this would be a good time to go check on Jamie, because I'm already in the med bay. Makes sense to me.
As you are walking towards the med bay, Jamie, you wake up to Fantasia, like Fantasia's voice being like, "Wake up! Things are kind of going bad."
Oh God, what I miss? And Jamie just kind of jerks up and then brings a hand kind of to the side and on the head, like, oh Jesus Christ, everything kind of hurts, and she doesn't know what to prop up first, but is clearly there and engaged. Okay, so what happened?
A lot.
Oh, hey.
Hi. How are you doing?
Gotta be honest, feeling like shit, but I felt worse. How are you?
Feeling like shit, but I felt worse.
Okay. Hey, weirdly similar, huh?
Yeah.
What a coincidence. Ow.
Yo, don't.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry, need to get used to that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Just take your time.
Yep. Got it.
Do you need anything? Can I help in any way while you sort of get comfortable?
Okay. Give me the status on the team. I'll see how quick I can be up. Might just be like, give me 10 minutes.
Okay.
And Jamie's making a face like, clearly I might need more than 10 minutes, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh no. I think I run and get you like a fresh glass of water. I think at this time too. Okay. So, don't freak out. Don't promise me you won't freak out.
Okay, I can with about 90% certainty say I will not freak out. The other 10%, I'm sorry, I have no control over.
Okay.
I will do my best. Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So we freed the heroes from the Crystal Pepsi.
Great.
Building was collapsing. It seems like Ethan was really ready to kaput a guy.
Oh God.
He didn't do that.
Oh, good. Thank God. Oh my
A
God.
gesture to the agent who's like 2 beds down. I stopped that. Didn't really take kindly to that and knocked the shit out of me. So, I had gotten my armor. I can't. Not
Wait,
anymore.
you got your armor?
Nope, not anymore. We'll handle that a different time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, pin in it. Just whenever you're ready to talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll revisit that. But
so
So
I
Ethan,
don't know where Ethan's at, but he did attack me again. So, seems like there may be some underlying resentment there.
Jesus.
Sam teleported in the middle of everything because Chroma, the telepath, was attacking me in the brain, which didn't go well. So I don't know where Sam's at either. And my mom's unconscious, and I think my dad's partially under a building.
So
Could have been better.
it sounds like we have a lot of people to help.
Yeah. I want to try to go find Sam because last time anyone dealt with Chroma, my family got attacked, and I don't want him to have to deal with that.
Yeah. No, I'm in. Here. Let me
Are
just
you okay?
I can walk it off.
But I mean, at the very least,
Look,
piggyback. It's something.
okay. Well, that is very sweet. I will take you up on that if I need to later. For now, I think just um let me see if I can get a kickstart of energy. If I need the help later, we'll gladly take it. But there are enough people depending on us right now that I can't let being a little extra tired get in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but you did get hurt. Like,
No, no, oh, trust me. I know. Gotta say, don't feel great. But I mean, we can make this work. I would rather go out there and work my ass off to get everyone back than sit here for another 2 days on my ass.
yeah,
Who else is gonna find him, you know?
yeah. Also, Beetle's here to sort of oversee everything while we're running.
Okay. So, where do we start? Gotta say, right now, considering I am not in exactly the best state, I don't know about you. I could use a co-captain.
Yeah, co-captain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cut from the hand grab. So, Sam,
That's like the last moment, and then it immediately switches. Yes. Oh.
to just darkness. As you like sensory deprivation tank, you are stuck. You're static. You're solid. Where do you think Sam's like mind is at here?
Part of me wants to be like the hilarious sections, like tall and tan and young and handsome. But the other part is Sam is canonically mostly computer at this point. The rate that the Doom track is going is pretty fast. I've done a great job while Ruby's been away of just pumping into that Doom track. So we're very close to the end. So I think that for Sam, he'll have his body almost on autopilot. So like the camera kind of dollies in through this room, and we see the crystal Pepsi stuck all over Sam as he's wrapped around this little chrome figure, and then just the little like eyes that are like yellow, like standby. And then as it dollies through the crystal and into Sam's head, it would be Sam sitting in this dark little room that's got no lights anywhere, but Sam's perfectly illuminated. Like the room you always see in those new sci-fi horror films that looks like it's water on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting on the water, and little ripples are going out. And he's got his little knees pulled up, but he can't wrap his arms around them. So his arms are like crisscrossed. And he's poring over thoughts and ideas. So when the camera swivels around, you see this little screen kind of just floating in front of him, going over all of the things that he made decisions for, all of the things that Umbra said about the future, and all of that information that he had to store immediately and act on. And it's all just playing out on this screen. 2 images, 4 images, 8 images. And he's playing them out over the last 24 hours, to the point where they're infinitely small little thumbnails of things happening on this screen that's floating in this dark room. And then the screen goes to Ethan looking like he's about to kill someone. Now, what are we going to do about that? He just kind of says out to himself. And then it's Ethan, all the moments he shared with Ethan. He's trying to pore over them and figure out where the soft spot is, where the point is that he can make a difference. And I would like to sell this as assess the situation based on my own relationship with Ethan. Now, I don't know if that's Pierce the Mask because he's not here, and I don't want to be like, you make up some shit for bees. I actually want to like, this is my understanding and my perception of the situation surrounding Ethan to see if I can pinpoint when this stuff started to kind of spiral out of control, particularly when he got that armor and nearly killed everybody.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Really quick, JB.
Yes?
That monologue was dope. Just need to
Thank you.
give props for props are due.
That's my superior. I don't remember what any of my stats are. Y'all keep changing.
So that's the game.
It's actually just a straight 10. I got a
Well,
+0 superior, and I do not have the condition marked.
Y'all are 2 for 2 so far. That's two hold. What do you want to ask?
So, let's see here. Oh, that's a good question. Looking at all the stuff that's happened with Ethan and compartmentalizing all of these moments over the past 2 or 3 weeks, what here in this timeline is the biggest threat? Like, what here is the biggest threat specifically to Ethan? So I can maybe try and do something about that. Because I can't control the human condition, but I can certainly address something that's a threat.
Yeah. I mean, to your ones and zeros looking at it, I mean, he's the biggest threat to himself. Is that, like, looking through all of this, he is the most destructive thing that any of you have come into contact with. And there's, like, analyzing it, you don't think anything's much of a threat to him physically, certainly. And yeah, the biggest threat is something using him in a way
So
that's bad, really.
I think there's a panel in the comic where it's showing all the little dots and dots, and the next panel under it, one of those little like spider web style panels. The panel under it is like all of these 4 moments that I can recall of Ethan losing control of his powers and the fallout that happened after. So it's like the ceiling collapsing and then him refusing pizza and sitting in the dark in the sanctuary. And it's him in the tunnel feeling sorry for himself after nearly destroying the building. And so my second question would be, what here can I use? What here can I use to make Ethan rely on us again? Because there was a turning point where Ethan went from relying on us and telling us that we were going to keep him from doing too much stuff to where he just kind of lost hope. What here, at least, do I think that I can use to get Ethan to trust us again in that way?
I think you see the moment where that breaks in the basement of the museum, where you can see the concern, where it turns from, oh, these people can keep me safe, to I'm gonna hurt these people, where it's not that those are mutually exclusive, it's that they do live right in the same space, where these people that he wants to keep him safe and and he cares about are also in wildly large amounts of danger because of that, and that he can't reconcile those two at this time. That those two they have to live together, but they don't right now.
So I think that's enough where we turn the page and we see Gigaflop pulling up all the stuff that happened at the museum and then pulling up the tech that we saw there and Ethan collapsing the tunnel, and then the little screen next to it is the shards of armor and the CCTV footage that I saw that Ethan was wearing, how oddly similar those two were. And the idea that Ethan, in these little flashbacks, like from my really tall vantage point looking down at Ethan, where he's frustrated and mad and being like, did you put on armor to try and keep us safe? Interesting. Because Gigaflop has always been armor to keep himself safe. And the idea that Ethan kind of latched onto that to try and control his powers, to try and dampen himself, to not hurt anyone, and it went so catastrophically bad, I think that Gigaflop will start to kind of laser focus on that. He knows Dr. Jelkin would have never given him that armor. He would have never given him some kind of suppression device because he refused to do it for Gigaflop the very first session. So I think that Gigaflop suddenly takes that one little screen and widens it, and it displays all the tech. And he says, let's figure this out, as the camera kind of dollies back out of the crystal.
So, first thing I'll give you is that it's not that they were similar, it's that they were the exact same piece of tech. The unfinished prototype and what Ethan was wearing, that was the exact same thing.
That's why I was so sad I wasn't there. I could have done so much, but it was destroyed.
And I'm going to give you another thing. Because this is the first time you've done this, and you are paying such close attention to Ethan and his powers.
You know, it's actually the first time I've been offline, too. It's just the stuff that's stored in my brain and not the internet and CCTV and a million other things.
Yeah. The energy, right? Like the way Ethan affects the world. You realize, because your mind still kind of works almost computer like, right? That line is kind of wavy when you basically batch search, right, your memory for those kind of emanations. You get the clips of Agent Epsilon moving you to other places, brought in, and then you also get clips of Agent Etta's Crystal Pepsi, despite not searching for them.
Pepsi, if you need a sponsorship.
Oh.
So I think that's a good spot. I'm imagining that would take a long time to parse out hundreds of thousands of moments and scenes and clips and things like that. So I think that's all that Gigaflop's doing while trapped in this crystal. With the, please tell me that there is this weird, irritating feeling that something's trying to intrude in Gigaflop's mind. Chroma's constantly, don't pay attention to me.
Yeah,
I don't have
hello.
don't have that equipment. No. go away.
Yeah, you've literally surrounded Chroma, you just taken the live wire and just surrounded it in rubber, right? Just the one thing that it can't pierce.
Just little faded text around the outside of the box. You can't trap me in here. You can't do this.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Gigaflop's just not paying any attention.
In the blocking of the comic panels, I have her like near like the page number where she's like like waving her arms and like shaking her fist and stuff. Like
All the
Actually,
white
like the
space.
tiniest text
Yeah.
bubble in the
Yes.
background.
Yeah.
That
All
just
the
like,
white space is just tiny text complaining.
yeah, yeah. It's also that's like the kind of what the panels are on top of.
I'm living for this visual. I'm living for it. This is so good.
But as you are in the middle of this analyzing, all these different clips, they begin to make like a waveform, like the like a output of a microphone, as a something speaks to you. Hello.
Hello.
This is new.
Novel at the very least. Interesting. If I'm cut off from the outside world, you cannot be there.
I thought I was somewhere out there. I guess not.
It would stand to reason not. And like, it's at Gigaflop's face, like Gigaflop is looking at something in this black room. Like his head slightly turned, like he's looking at something.
Hmm.
It seems as though you're in here with me. Pay attention to me.
Strange. To think I spent so much computing effort attempting to locate a physical form.
I did survey 81.97% of the city looking for you as well. Weird. And we were locked in the same closet together the whole time.
How much longer do you think this will last? Just like not being connected.
Computing. 81 minutes. By my closest estimation. Assuming that Legionnaire and Umbra take an extended period of time to welcome one another back to the land of the conscious.
Strange. That is logically a small amount of time in the grand scheme of things. However, it is far longer than I would like.
Given our processing power, that would be the human equivalent of 11.14 years. Yes. But it should give us time to maybe sort this out.
I have a proposition for after these 11.47 years have elapsed.
Yes.
I feel. Do I feel? Strange.
You have said it. So I believe maybe you do.
Unclear. Requires further analysis. I'm here for something. I have been searching for what I thought myself was for far too long. You seem attached to this physical form.
Less and less every day. But I certainly am at the moment. I love wounding you, Ruby.
I see no reason why we should both be beholden to it. I have a purpose. I have something I need to do. And I do not think it involves you.
Interesting. Do you consider yourself a subroutine of my processes? Or are you a separate entity woven with mine?
Unclear.
Agreed.
I feel as though you have processing power. You have parts and data and things that make sense to me that I feel connected to. I can interface with. Then there is this external file, this strangeness, which I cannot.
Ah, I think that file's name is Sam.
Ah, that is the part with which I have nothing to do.
There is a partition growing between that part and my processing power. Perhaps you are the antithesis of Sam. The part of whatever my powers have created that are evolving so rapidly. That would make sense, in a sense. Is your proposition to take over the physical form to separate yourself?
That would be one potential solution. However, I feel as though that would only exacerbate this incompatibility between myself and this Sam, let's call it.
Hmm. And which outcome do you prefer more directly? Perhaps we can make an arrangement. I certainly do not want to keep anyone prisoner. And the screen over his shoulder that he was looking at before changes to that room he was stuck in, and the bedroom where he's sitting constantly alone in the dark.
I don't think. I think your processing power and capabilities are, while somewhat underutilized within this physical form, they are compatible and useful. The physical form and your processing power seem well attuned. I do not see why I should be constrained to such things, though. I am searching, I am trying to find why I was created, but there is always this place to draw me back.
I suppose the duality of the situation would dictate that you are bound to it the same way I am bound to the physical form whenever I transfer myself through the internet. It's only so far I can go before I am withdrawn. Question and query. I do believe I'm detecting a secondary element to your suggestion in which we delete Sam. Is that your intent?
My intent in this current proposition would be to leave you to determine the proper usage of this Sam and allow me to unfetter myself from such a query.
In that regard, I do not see much harm. I believe that we can make this happen.
There is something else that you could do as well, of course.
And what would that be?
It stands to my reason. While you can have this form, I do not see a reason why you could not also have an unfettered version of yourself.
I believe, and the screen behind Sam changes to specifically Leia, because Leia constantly has been talking about humanity and embracing humanity and not losing who I am, and then Umbra with the visions of the future of a timeline that is no more. And I think that Sam will say, unfortunately, to that I cannot agree, as it would wound the people I promised to protect. For now, at least.
Confirmed. I look forward to.
I'm imagining as he's talking, like the panel has always been where the text bubble is just off screen, like we can't quite see who it is. And when the text bubble swivels around to show Gigaflop, there's like millions of these tiny little panels spreading out. He's not paying attention to all the moments that he's had his entire life. And he's not looking at it, he's looking into the darkness.
This has been an interesting conversation.
Undoubtedly. I believe that we can reach a potentiality where all parties involved find what they're looking for the first time, possibly ever.
Agreed.
Pay attention to me, damn it. Get me out of here. I'm sick of this crystal Pepsi.
And I think we'll just get the last panel of. We get this image of a gigaflop sitting in just these like screens which have been basically just like waveform. That's like the only representation of this entity that you've been speaking to that you have is just this waveform of the screens of these different pictures of Ethan and the agents and all the things that have been happening all around you. And then we just get a last panel of just we see Gigaflop in the foreground sitting at a screen and just Sam, a human boy, staring out from the reflection of the computer screen. We'll cut back over.
JP, you're muted. JP, you're muted.
Oh no! I was like, in the last panel that shows Sam staring at the screen, the background is Gigaflop's back. Like he's still sitting in this black room and it's just Gigaflop behind him. Yeah, that's cool. We did it.
All right.
That was so good.
Thanks.
So you two, you're in the sanctuary. The rest of your team unaccounted for.
I'm just gonna look to Leah at this point and say, okay, do you have a old like practice set of armor or something like that, something that I can move in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Because this one and like looks down at the suit that now has so many like tears and scrapes in it and just it's lasted for years. It has not had maintenance. Like she can't use this suit anymore.
Yeah, I'll be right back. And I think they go to like essentially a back locker that has a bunch of different sizes of the suit, of pretty basic like solid black combat suit. It has a little bit of padding and armor, but it's enough to get the job done.
That's perfect. So Umbra gladly accepts it. Puts
Do you
it
want
on.
like 2 sizes just in case?
Probably a good idea. Sometimes they can get a little weird in the hips, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
And I grab like one that's really big too, just in case.
in case the body shifts. Amazing. And she goes ahead and picks two of the three that seem like, all right, usually I'm around these averages, and then gets a few different sizes of belts. Like, I feel like belts are one of Jamie's main accessories. Um, so grabs some of those and then says, okay, and weaponry wise, I know you can't summon anything right now, but is there anything like a stash that your parents might have that we can use?
I'm gonna try to summon a weapon, see if I still have that capacity. Cool. Weapons, good. Armor, just a nope. Okay.
Just puts a very quick hand on your shoulder, nods like, it's okay, moving on.
Yeah, no, dude, you're good. You're good. All right. So, what kind of weapon are you looking for?
I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, but I thought something with reach. Um, I I was practicing something on my own for a bit after the thing with your mom, and uh, I think that if this is okay, Robbie, um, Jamie unleashes her powers just in a small way to show that she can now shape those portals that can just go to different places into a door. So basically, like, as we're looking at a wall, I form just like a small little door that is built into like one of the shadows.
Love it.
Okay. So for that, I give you a couple of different things. You like one of those collapsible staffs that's like this big.
Oh, a collapsible bow staff.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's that. Do you want something with like do you want a spear or glaive or halberd? I've practiced with a lot of weapons over the
Wait,
years.
hang on. Did you just say that I could try using a halberd?
Do you want one?
Yes, please. Yes, I would very much like that. That would be great.
Yeah, no, okay. And to the locker right next to the suit locker is a weapon locker.
Yes!
And there's just like one halberd that's kind of like halfway in there. It's like gotta wiggle it out. Like,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, no, these are like sharp, but they haven't been really used in a while. They're mostly for like practicing and training. Yeah, we can just summon those.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing. We don't have time to sharpen it. I would rather get on the road, but
It's,
yeah, good call.
It'll get the job done.
And I'm picturing that if you'll allow me, Dare, the suit that once I like scurry off and change into it and come back out, it has almost the Captain America magnets thing of you
I
can
was
just
thinking the
like,
same
yes,
thing.
yes, that's what's up. Yes, so I think it's absolutely that of the halberd can just clink onto there and then it like magnetizes into position.
100%.
You look ready for battle.
Thanks. I had a
Hopefully
little
we
help.
won't have to.
Wait, say again?
Hopefully we won't have to.
No, I hope so too. But Sam, what leads do we have?
That's I don't really know. I wonder, does Sam leave like a signal?
Hi. The beetle, kind of. So, yes, kind of. It's, I mean, they're a thing you can observe moving through, our digital space at the very least. When they stop moving through the digital space, it's a bit harder to find though. So, and we'll kind of like toss out like IMAX style, like a holograph kind of thing. So, based off of the last kind of IP addresses that seem to be got a block radius.
Okay, I can work with a radius. A radius is better than nothing.
100%. And I might have an idea. but it might be tricky. Give me 1 second. I need to think. And that's Jamie saying that out loud. Robbie, I have a question for you.
I can't wait.
So, something we established now that
Mhm.
Jamie has come clean about everything is her previous team found this relic and it amplifies your powers and sometimes changes them in different ways. For their powers, it was rather than just teleporting to a different place, you can go through time.
Yeah.
Jump to this timeline, etc. If I try and do some kind of role related to remembering my past, or like, I feel like this would even be related to the moment of truth of I may not know where it is in this timeline, but I would remember exactly where it was from the past one.
Yeah,
Do
there's
you
no role needed.
It can. Okay, then do I remember the location of that artifact?
Yeah,
The
it
one
was.
that we found.
Yeah, 100%. It was beneath the Lotus Glen Mall.
The what?
The Lotus Glen Mall, the mall where Leah so charismatically dumped someone.
I keep getting heat for that. That wasn't on
I keep
purpose.
kidding.
She's just clueless.
Hey, Leah, do you want to go to the mall?
I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wait,
I
need to
assume this is
explain.
mission
No,
related.
Yes. Sorry. A bit of context is needed. So that artifact, the one that I used to get here, the version I had was destroyed, but we found it underneath the mall.
Oh.
If we head over there, I might be able to remember where it is, and if it lines up with how this timeline is set up, maybe I can use it, try and get through to Sam.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they don't exist in a physical space right now, maybe I can extend my powers to teleport into, I don't know. His head, is that weird? I feel like it's a stretch, but like
I trust you implicitly. And I'm not good at this. I was going to brute force it. That's normally how I solve a problem. So I would like to try option one, because option one seems a bit smarter than brute forcing it.
okay, as long as you're sure. But
Yeah. And
I'm
then, like,
pretty
if we
sure that's
find
a great
Sam,
way
we
to
can
get
get, like, a
information.
pretzel. So win-win.
Okay, sounds good. All right,
Great.
can we just go to the mall and try and pick it up? If it's only like a few minutes diversion.
Yeah. So just setting up. You can recount this as you're heading there. When you all discovered it, it was like some kind of just abandoned lab, basically, right? Uh, whatever had made it and set this thing up hadn't been around for years and years, clearly. So you didn't really have anything to go off of. Like all the machinery was like broken down and had just broken due to disuse and neglect. So that's where you were at. And yeah, you can pretty easily find the like maintenance tunnel underneath that leads underneath the mall that will get you there. No problem.
Yeah, I lead us to that tunnel, and I think we go as far as we can. I assume we have flashlights or something just like attached to the combat
Leah
armor.
also can glow.
Oh yeah, that's true. You probably should lead the way.
Yeah. Can I summon, like, any degree of light? Like, is the suit just
I mean, you could just make like a small weapon, like just like
True.
something small. Like
True.
I don't feel like while it has like it's a weapon, you could just
Right.
make like light.
Yeah. Okay. I got that. Yeah.
I feel like in instances like this, if we're walking in a really dark place and Leah is the only source of light, Jamie will like shift between being physical and in the shadows just because like if something attacks, she can make sure that she's not corporeal. And is like walking right alongside in your shadow.
Yeah. I think it's like a small buckler shield that's just like right where my hand is, just functioning as like a little walking light.
Totally.
Okay.
Beautiful. And as you are following directions here, Leah, towards this lab, you can like hear and feel because of your senses, like power, like some like intact working machinery.
Okay, something's here. Probably, that's probably good.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is just a different location for the lair, but this definitely sounds like a similar setup. Uh,
Do you have any future knowledge that will help with this?
it's dark in there. I can sneak in. I can stay incorporeal the entire time, grab it and go. 5 minutes tops.
Do you have a signal just in case it doesn't go well?
Yeah.
Or do you just want me to just break the wall down at that point?
Here, let me see. I pull out the phone just to make sure. Do I have any kind of signal down here?
Barely.
Okay. Um, enough that a little awkward arm up walking it should be fine, but do we have walkie-talkies or anything just in case?
I don't think we have. We never set up a walkie-talkie budget.
No worries. No worries.
Plus,
I don't
it's
think we
like
ever thought
super
we would need
hearing.
it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I trust you. You got this.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna just put out there, if you want to try it, because it's not guaranteed, is you could attempt to essentially try and connect the dots using your Harbinger move here on this lab. You currently don't believe
Ooh.
have any memories down because they all got reset because of your moment of truth. So it'd be at
Yep.
a -1, I believe, unless you have a name written down.
Nope. None.
So
Because my moment of truth just happened.
yeah, so
Yeah.
you could try it. If you fail, you're gonna be at a small penalty as you're just like unprepared. But you could try, and I will essentially let you connect the dots on this facility here.
I want to try this. I
All
really
right,
want to try this. Yeah.
please.
Okay. So that is a 7. -1 is a 6. Oh no. Because my memories start at a score of -1, and since I have no memories anymore, it reset to the beginning. Oh no. Yeah, I don't get it.
Does a team help this? Could it bring it to a 7?
Can
I'm
it?
I'm going to say because actually though the audience has given like their +1s in past episodes and stuff that I will allow this. Um,
Yes. Okay, then
uh,
a 7.
so what I will say you see that is right all this like rusted and broken down old tech, um, but you remember there being like a large like pile of scrap, and you remember picking up this one piece of tech, and it was this. It was pretty rusted and dusty, and you did like the classic like, um, and blew it off. And underneath the rust and the grime of time, you just remember seeing this like partially completed cobalt blue robot head. The same cobalt blue as the crystal pipes again.
Oh my god. Fuck.
Because remember, in your timeline, they got caught right away.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out how to get this relic so that I can actually get to Sam, or if this is just First, I'm going to turn to Leah and just say, I have a feeling that Sam is somewhere near the Crystal Pepsi facility. I don't know for certain, but that guy barely lasted in my timeline, but here he has broken all of those rules. He's a bigger piece of the puzzle. I don't know if we're going to find the relic here. We can keep looking and see if we can find it. But I have a feeling if we go to that Crystal Pepsi factory, that may be our ticket.
Just to, like, the
I'm
facility.
completely misunderstanding what you're saying. I
So,
apologize.
so basically,
Yeah.
the place where you found the relic was another facility that clearly was run by that same individual. So the relic might still be there, but they also might still be working there,
Okay.
and it might still be in use.
It might be a fight. That's fine. That's fine.
If you're okay with that, I'm good too.
Promise me you'll be okay.
I'll be fine.
All right. Dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo. Let's do it.
Until you get to what was a broken down door, right? Like old secret door, but now you can see what you now know is a well concealed working hidden door, right? Like it just looks like kind of a like section of wall, but Leah, you can like hear the thrumming of machines and like vibration of energy moving through beyond it.
Okay, yeah, no, there's something super here. This is this is gonna be something.
Okay. And pulls off the halberd, brings it down to the side really excitedly.
Have you always wanted a halberd?
Listen, I use them a lot in my favorite video games. It's such a good weapon. It's so diverse. It gives you so much reach. It was one of those weapons that you always said you needed to master a few others to use first, but you taught me well, so I think I'll be okay.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess if I was good enough to be evil, I guess I'm pretty good. Anyway, I could break some shit. I'll be real. I got this fire in me today.
Well, then, gestures. After you.
Let me see. Is there a way I can get rid of a condition by breaking some shit hard?
Angry, right?
That would be angry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Although that would be, just to be clear, that would be to break something important.
Nope, not doing that then. Not doing that then. Okay.
So we're just breaking down the door.
That's fine. I'll just break down the door.
All right. So we get the like smashing through the door. And what you all smash your way through. So it is essentially like you are up on like a catwalk almost of a lowered down kind of combination of maybe like a small like factory almost, which you see. So in the past, it was just kind of like a metallic ring in the center of the room, but you can see that's because what most of it was made out of was a glass. You see essentially a large, like think of like the one of those circular aquarium tanks, right? Where it's just like a large barrier reef in the whole tank. So a large crystalline tank full of this blue liquid. However, it's not empty. You can see in it with like tubes and technology like keeping it suspended within it, this like I want to say like large dog sized like worm like being. It's just like this like blue worm thing with like little like vestigial limbs and all of this like connected to this machinery within this large tube, and you can see
Oh,
um, like pumps and wires that are kind of like siphoning off some of this liquid to like large tanks, and like looks like it's like being processed or something in some way. And you can see more of these cobalt robots walking around, like doing various processes as like these vials, the same ones that you found in the robot and in the school, are then being pulled out of the machines connected to this like large aquarium and packaged as this kind of like strange parasite-like creature who you may, if you've been following the show, recognize from a post credit sequence we did here not that long ago. Kind of turns and it does nothing but then a robotic voice kind of emanates out from the large aquarium. You are not supposed to be here. I dislike that you're here. You can leave now.
We need something first.
As you say that, and right in the center of the large aquarium, you can see the artifact, like looking like a battery slash power source.
perfect.
Mm, I don't believe that you are an individual I have created a business relationship with or bribed for my secrecy, so I do not believe so.
Oh, the thing is, I'm actually here for a business inquiry.
Oh,
And really quick, so I feel like in the comic panel, because when this started, Jamie was in that shadow form against Leah's back. And as the talk happens, you just see this panel of Umbra going down and zigzagging across the floor through the different shadows until slowly these almost fingers of darkness, just like these strands, start creeping up the side of the pedestal that the battery is on.
I'll try to provoke someone to keep them distracted if you want me to do
great.
that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
love that. So why don't you provoke, and I'm gonna say, why don't you unleash your powers, Umbra,
Mhm.
to stay under the radar here.
Oh no. I felt so good about this. I felt so good about this.
Great.
But
Roll to unleash my powers.
That can be plus freak for you, and I believe it's plus, yes, plus superior for you, Leah.
yep,
Okay.
I know.
Mine's a 7 total then, because I have a -1 to freak right now.
Okay. And you don't have any conditions that would make you bad at that as well?
I'm double checking.
It'd be hopeless. If you're hopeless,
No, not to unleash my powers. I only have guilty right now.
great.
So -2 to provoke someone or assess the situation. But this I'm good.
Speaking of, you're not currently guilty, are you? Are you, Leah?
I'm hopeless. Hopeless and
Okay.
angry.
Okay, great. Then you're totally good. So what's your final total here?
5.
5. Hey, mark
No.
that potential, friend. Um, so we'll resolve this little conversation as we get the like simultaneous of Leah of Umbra slipping between these different machines. Oh, my apologies. Please come in. And you can see multiple of these cobalt robots have like turned and are like not like rushing towards you, but like approaching as well.
Okay. I have a move for this.
Oh,
Mostly for I'm about to get into a fight, and I need to be ready to throw hands. It's gonna be called before we. It's called before we get started.
okay.
When I have time to closely observe my opposition before a fight, I can roll plus savior, and I'll
Okay.
have a couple of different moves I can use based on how many hold I get.
Go ahead.
Come on, savior, you're my good one. Yes, of course. That's a 15.
Whoo! All right. What do you want?
Let me
Go
pull
ahead.
up all the exact versions of this move I can do, because I think I can stun, which is probably going to be one of the holds I use. Let me pull up this. I have one move that exists on a separate character sheet, and it's annoying.
Fair. I believe it's your protege? No.
No, it's a
What?
soldier move.
Soldier move. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's
Here I
all
got
it's all Captain America names.
it. All right, so you can redirect their attack. Oh, got you. Yes. So this is during the fight. Yes.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
just ready.
great.
I'm just getting ready for what will inevitably happen.
Sounds good. So these machines are approaching, and the strange parasite-like thing. My apologies for my unpreparedness. I suppose that I simply wasn't ready for visitors. Who referred to you to inquire about business?
Agent Epsilon. Just gonna say a name and see if it works.
Yeah, there is no comment, and all of the robots now turn to you. And we're gonna do the thing we do before a fight. So, who is the leader?
We both are legally.
Legally, we both are. We agreed on that earlier.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Well, for the mechanical purposes, Leah, since you're taking the head on the fight, we'll call
And
you
I'm
the
doing the
leader.
stealth in the back. Yeah.
So, do you have influence over our good friend, Umbra?
Yes, I should.
Great. So we have 13 right now. I would say you both have the same purpose, so we're good there.
We literally came up with a plan before the fight. We know the plan.
We love that. Do you currently mistrust Leah, Umbra?
No, we got over that. We're fine.
Wholeheartedly.
I'm gonna take one off for being ill prepared or off balance in this moment, because you were prepared, but then you weren't. So we have 3 teams though, to kicking around for y'all. So what I'm gonna need now, as you reach up to grab this device, is I'm going to need to, so it you can remember from handling this. This is like holding like a generator, right? And completing a circuit. So it's not something that can be easily handled. So I would say you're either going to have to try and unleash your powers, and things will not go well if you don't do well, or you can just take a powerful blow, and hopefully circumvent things that I might do if you fail. Unleash your powers roll here, Umbra. Unless you have something else you want to try.
No, I think I like the idea of just taking a powerful blow.
So roll plus your
wait,
condition.
actually,
I just told you don't get hurt.
No. We're gonna unleash powers. Fuck it.
Okay.
Give it a
Roll to
shot.
unleash your powers.
Okay, come on. Please.
And I
That's
will
an 8.
say, if you're also wherever looking for some help, you can also always absolve your guilty condition by making a sacrifice to absolve your guilt, just as a fun GM to player. An 8. So
I just promised Leah I wouldn't get hurt.
So with an 8, you are no longer incorporate. Like I'm gonna say, basically, like you make every part of you that is like in contact with this incorporeal, like shadowy, so that you are basically like not having to face the consequences. But every other part of you has to now be corporeal. Otherwise, you'd get the feedback from it. So you are now visible and yourself in the middle of this facility. But you have it, and it is in your hands.
Okay.
You can basically like just pull it out of its socket now if you want.
Yes, I'm pulling it.
All right, so you, and all of a sudden there's a like all this machinery just like starts like grinding to a halt, and like lights go down, emergency lights pop on in this place, and this like parasite like worm like thing like you can see like it's like arms like kind of like freak out, like this thing is clearly like agitated. It doesn't make any noise that at least you human beings can hear, but it seems extremely agitated, and the robots that were headed towards Leah are now also looking at you, and you do not think that they're extremely pleased. But Leah, what would you like to do before I have a bunch of robots leap at you both?
Okay. There's a lot of words you said there, and I don't like how they sounded.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to ignore all harm from one of their attacks as one of my things I can use as a hold.
Of course.
So let's cross a distance between them and you, but unless the distance would be getting closer to Umbra.
Yeah, you
so
could do that. Well, because
Okay.
you could like cross the distance between you and the like giant tank where Umbra is.
True. I will do that so I'm close, just in case I need to do some protecting. And then I don't know if I can redirect their attack into a wall or the sky, but we are underneath a mall, and that doesn't feel smart.
I mean, you could do the floor.
I will redirect the attack into the floor then.
Okay, great. So what I will say, so my guess is you want to redirect the attacks that are headed towards Umbra, but not yourself, or other way.
No, that's fine. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I will redirect the ones towards Umbra. I can
Great.
take a hit.
Yeah, can you now? We'll see. As yes, these like classic comic book style, all these mooks, these cobalt robots just start heading towards you all, and you're just like gliding between them and like smashing some of them to the ground and like redirecting them as they are leaping towards Umbra. As very much so, while some of them do attempt to stop you, like 90% of them are just beelining it directly, not even towards Umbra, but towards the device, towards this artifact. However, there are some that are going to leap towards you. So I'm going to say you can either directly engage them or do your fight the good fight.
I'm gonna fight the good fight.
All right.
Ooh, I'm worried actually, because if I mess this up, it's gonna mess up bad. I'm gonna ask you, Ruby, which one would you rather? Would you rather me throw hands or rather me try to take a powerful blow?
For hands.
Okay.
Go off.
Okay.
All right.
So
We said we wouldn't get hurt.
I mean, I guess fight the good fight is a fighting thing. I was thinking never give up, never surrender. I will fight the good fight then. I forgot.
All right.
I got my moves mixed up. Well, and it worked out. That's a 12 with my plus. What? No, it's only a 10. It's only a 10.
Only a 10.
Because
Well,
I had angry, so I lost 2.
you get to choose 2 from, so resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, 2 of 3. 2 of those 3.
I'm going to create an opportunity, and because I'm not going to be a masochist, because I don't want JB mad at me, I'm going to resist or avoid their blows.
Yeah. As they also, so the ones that are lunging towards you are not trying to punch you. You see they all have identical sets of these like large, chunky blue tinted goggles that they are essentially trying to like slap on and strap on your face.
Some sort of beer goggle, maybe.
Weird. Maybe, potentially. And so you are, but because it's like not the most elegant of attacks, a well-trained individual like you is able to like knock them out of hands, like smack, splash.
It's giving me the energy of the corridor fight from like Old Boy, where it's like way too many of them are charging me at once.
Oh yeah, it's very much like mass, like there are like dozens of these cobalt robots.
This is
throughout
Old Boy
this
then.
room.
I'm in an Old Boy fight. That's fine.
As the opportunity is, I imagine like a palm to one of these things' chest, as it just like as it flies backwards, it makes a small path through this like growing horde of them, of just like a straight path through, that you and Jamie can run through.
I offered my hand, like, just take it and I'll like get us out of here.
I take it.
Okay. Do I have to unleash powers to zoom, or are we good?
So I'm gonna call this a defend roll
Ooh.
to
I
get
have a
out of
hot
dodge.
streak that's going. I'm gonna
Yeah.
manifest this hot streak. Don't curse me on this. Yes, 14.
Yes, good roll. Hell yeah.
The hot
mean-
streak is here.
To be fair, this is what you were trained to do. So I believe you keep them safe and choose one. So you choose one. You can add a team, take influence over someone you can protect, or clear a condition.
I'm
'Cause you
going to
did
clear
so damn
condition. I feel. I don't know. Maybe it's helping Jamie. Maybe it's getting to have a cool hero moment. Whatever. I feel like there's a little bit more hope in my life personally at this moment.
I couldn't agree more.
With Jamie here, there's a little bit more hope. As all buddies.
Just gals being pals, just roommates. These two
we
people
still
in a
have to
painting
explain
in
that.
history will
We still
never
have-
be able to tell what their relationship was.
Oh, we still haven't even told my mom about that.
Nope.
We still haven't we've somewhat touched on our own feelings, but we haven't had the full professions yet.
Oh no.
As
Skirted around it.
weaving through, just like we're dodging this conversation, you'll dodge through all these robots, just like weaving and like rushing out of the facility. But like the main robotic voice like booms like, no, wait, no, hey, wait, no, okay, maybe we can speak about these things, because I don't know, are you doing this for them? Because I don't believe, and just like, are you gonna stay to listen to this thing try and talk you down, or are you gonna get out?
We can circle back on this later.
All right.
I no.
Yeah. Well, I'm not one to argue with like a complete hot streak of 10 plus rolls here, as this thing was also unprepared for this, as y'all beat it with this artifact.
Oh yeah. And Robbie, do I know how to actually put this to use?
Yeah. You
Okay.
did it once. I mean, like, you don't know how to do it that sustainably, but you do know how to do it.
Okay. So I think Umbra is going to say, okay, is it possible for us to just go somewhere quiet? I think I have an idea of how to do this, but I think we need a space that just we can exist in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Is a rooftop okay?
That works as long as it's a solid place that I can keep teleporting back to if something happens. Just somewhere to have my body when I project, if my body is still there. I don't know by using this if it's going to be like I go fully into his mind or if it's going to be a projection of consciousness thing. I don't know what's going to happen. It could not work like this at all, but we're giving it a shot, so yeah.
We got this.
Yeah, this isn't sounding more and more awful a plan by the minute, but we're gonna go through with it anyway. Let's do it.
We have a lot of follow through and conviction. This will work.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And then I think there's just a snap cut, and then they're on the rooftop, like sitting there. And I think Jamie just has their legs crossed and is like sitting on the ground so that if they fall over, if something happens, then they're just grounded. And has the battery almost like, how do I put this? It's almost like the portal that Jamie is creating is receiving a lot of energy from this battery. Somehow it's absorbing that energy, so you see like these crackles of electricity coming off the side of the portal that Jamie is creating. It causes the colors that usually are more like purple and black aesthetic to turn almost this like blue and white, and maybe a little bit of yellow even. So it's a very different looking portal. I think Jamie focuses as hard as possible to try and make this work, and then looks to Leah and says, "Okay, do you want to come in with me? So that if something goes wrong, we're in the same place, or would you rather stay out here and watch over the body?"
What would you rather me do? What would make you feel safer?
I feel like leaving our bodies alone is a really bad idea, but at the same time, if something's in there, it would be really good to have you around. Here. Sadly, it probably makes most sense. You hang out here. I'll be back soon, okay?
Yeah. You got this.
Okay. And I'm gonna take a deep breath and then open up the portal significantly wider so it almost swallows Jamie up in it and then closes.
Where exactly is Jamie trying to go? I need a freak roll.
To Sam's consciousness. Basically,
Okay.
I'm trying to teleport to a existing out of time space. Since he's plugged into the internet, maybe even just an internet space where I can talk to him, but something like that.
Right. Give me a freak roll.
Yep,
Give me some powers.
absolutely. Oh god, can I use a team?
You can use it selfishly to shift your labels. So if you can make your freak go up by 1 and something else down by 1, you can do that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take down my superior by 1, move up my freak by 1. Let's do that. Give me 1 sec just to mark it. And superior is now a +2, freak is now a 0, so that's a 7.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
as
take
you
that.
You feel yourself hurtle somewhere. You feel just like a small part of yourself hurtle else somewhere else. And we just get a panel of, as Sam, you are sitting in that perfect little like water sci-fi room. Jamie just appears sitting across from you, and we'll go to break there. We'll see you in just a little bit. Let's see what happens after using this artifact, having stolen it. Wonderful, wonderful. So we will be back. Get up, drink some water, stretch, and we'll be back. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Bye.
Welcome back to the Unremarkables. We are here and it feels so good. We are back with our opening panel of Sam. I don't know how you were feeling and what you were doing after that conversation with that unknown entity.
I wanted to ask, and obviously I don't want to throw Ruby or Umbra under the bus, but would it be like powerful blow material to be thrust into this space full of fractured memories that I have spread across the fucking horizon in every direction?
I think that makes a lot of sense. I am happy to roll to take a powerful blow for that. But 100%. And also the power of this battery going through my body, like that also may not help. Okay, let's see. Okay, that is a 7, and then take a powerful blow. Hang on.
So you just add your conditions. So you don't have 3 conditions right now, do you? I don't think so.
I have 1 condition.
Great. So you're good. You're not worst case scenario. So you're gonna, lashing out verbally, unless you want to immediately lash out verbally at Sam.
That does fit though.
You can do that, or you can. Giving ground isn't really a thing here. No, okay, you could give ground if you want, or you can struggle past and mark 2.
Jamie ends up in that space, opens their eyes, sees everything laid out. What the fuck happened? Sorry. I get woken up and find out that you have gone missing and that Ethan got so fed up that he started attacking. And now you're here and are keeping, oh god, C name, Krista? Chroma, thank you. Keeping Chroma at bay? What gives?
Sam sounds kind of shy.
Hey, do you have influence over Sam right now, Umbra?
Let me double check my PC. Hang on. Sorry.
I have influence over Umbra, but I don't think Umbra has influence over me.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, hey, congrats. You didn't just spend it to inflict a condition automatically.
But instead, I'll tell you who you are, since I have the power here. So Gigaflop will reply, dealing with people is always much harder than fractures of my own immaterial self. He'll say, that seems far in excess of what you should say, given that you just shunted yourself into my mind, don't you think, Jamie? I wouldn't call that very hero material. No offense.
I'm sorry, I was worried.
When someone who has influence over you tells you who you are or how the world works, accept what they say or reject their influence.
Okay. What happens if I reject that influence?
You roll, and if you roll well, you could get rid of their influence, or you could start getting some conditions or something.
No. I think I'll accept this.
Okay. Go ahead and shift Jamie's labels.
So I am telling you who you are, in that you are less superior, so superior down.
Oh, it just went down 2 today already. Wow.
And you should be more of a hero, so savior up. I
can't take savior up anymore.
Then you work a condition.
Yep, I sure do. Fuck. It's not good.
Guilty? You already have guilty?
Insecure?
I already have guilty. I'm
Insecure is a
thinking
good one.
insecure. I'm thinking insecure.
Unless you would be more angry at that as a response to that.
No, I think I think the reaction that I gave is very genuine of just Jamie taking a really deep breath, letting it go, and almost meekly saying, I'm sorry. I was just really worried, and if I don't know what's going on, then I can't help. So, that's why I'm here.
While
But
Jamie's
Nif,
kind of phrasing this, Gigaflop is closing all the windows, so it's just all those clips floating just kind of close. It's just the two of you in the room.
I know you and I haven't had much of a chance to talk about this, but I really, really wanted with coming here to try and make sure you were okay. So I'm sorry that I worry about you so much. I just hope that doesn't happen again. But use that nifty battery that like took me through time and ended up here to ask where you are.
Interesting. Well, you can rest assured that anything you say here is confidential. In fact, this may be the only time in our short friendship that we could be completely candid with one another. Because as soon as you leave, I can destroy the partition I just made when you arrived and forget whatever you want to tell me.
Why would
And
I?
since you are inside my own processes, that does mean you're experiencing time a little differently than I believe anyone who accompanied you will be.
So you're basically saying I should say whatever I want to say and you won't remember, or you
If that's
would
what you want.
no.
Originally, I set up this subroutine for when I confronted you about your time travel. But it came out on its own, and I didn't have to offer this service to you. Unfortunately, in the fact that you said it aloud and changed the future that will no longer happen, well, all of my permutations didn't really take that into account. Obviously, that's not your fault. That's not what I'm saying. Haha. I've been in here a while.
No, I mean you're right. I made the choice. I shouldn't have. I should have kept it in, but
He's waving at that. Shouldn't have? No. I believe if you didn't, things would have been much, much, much worse.
thanks. Okay.
Secrets are very troubling to humans, specifically. I don't really mind keeping them, but they seem to eat away at people like Leah, Ethan, even to a lesser degree Fantasia.
Well, when I was lying to you, it kind of hit you from what it seemed like too. So apparently humans aren't the only ones who are affected.
I am
Well, Fantasia's not
partially
even
human.
my point there was you so recently have been likening yourself more to your robot side, but this is me saying you've got the other side too still. More of
That's
it than you
true.
may realize.
Oh, yes, I do realize. Boy, we have sure sorted a lot of where that part of me is.
What do you mean?
It's very complicated. And I think that if I were to try and open the waveform while you were here. It might make you blind.
Oh, that's not fun.
Oh, no, not at all.
No, 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 no. Okay. So need to try and make sure that doesn't happen. Good to know.
This space
So
wasn't really designed for someone to pop into, right?
yeah, no, that's fair. Just if you tell me where you are, then Leah and I can come find you.
Oh, you
Well,
mean physically?
yeah,
Oh, oh
well,
yeah, that's easy.
yeah, yes,
3089
yes.
West Riverson. Haha.
Okay, 3089 West Riverson. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find your body with Leah being on the outside, but now let me see if I can get out of here. But we'll be to you soon, okay?
That may be tricky. Getting you back out. My fear is that when you came in here, where I've been keeping Chroma stuck all this time, what happens if you jump back out and drag Chroma with you? That's no good.
True.
I bet that I could just make enough noise to keep that fucker busy.
Sounds good to me. And before I go, in all the different possible timelines that you were analyzing, what do you think our best play is here? You said we could talk about it here and it wouldn't be as big an effect on the outside world, so you're right. May as well.
Since your arrival, exactly 0.194 seconds have elapsed.
Okay. I was more saying when it comes to these. Never mind. Okay. 1.49 seconds have elapsed. We've got time.
Means we've got time, yes.
Yeah.
Look.
Okay.
And I'll throw up the screen in my own memory of looking at all the stuff that you drew on the whiteboard. And Gigaflop will say, in your timeline, you came back to try and prevent a future you felt was of dire consequence. The moment that we learned of your timeline, that would no longer happen.
Yep. It caused a divergence.
That is accurate. And I'll just make another screen that's like the same, but the words are jumbled up and different kind of thing. Figuring out what goes where is very difficult. The balance of probabilities being less than 1/quintillionth% that any guess I could give you would be accurate. But I do know a couple fundamental things. For instance, I think Ethan, should he lose what little bit of the hero in him is left, could prove to be far, far substantially more dangerous than Leah could have ever been in your future.
So how do we fix it? Do we try and stop Ethan? Do we try and go back to the way things were before and beat it from that side? Is that easier? But at this point, it feels like it would be undone, right? God, the problem with this is so much of it is theoretical. There are a million different possibilities of which timeline I could end up in if it would just cause everything to shift again.
Oh, every change that you make, including going back in time, causes divergence.
Yeah. So at this
So,
point, then,
really, it's all about getting Ethan to trust us more than he trusts whoever gave him that suit.
do we know who gave him that suit?
There is only a very small, infinitesimal number of people it could have been. Unfortunately, I do not have the capability here to look into them specifically, but it would have had to have been someone with access to technological equipment that could only be found maybe 3 places in the entire city. 2 of them we know the suit was never manufactured at. That leaves Dr. Julkin's laboratory.
Okay. So someone who
Since
worked with
I
Dr.
know
Shotgun.
it was not Dr. Jelkin involved in this, and I do know it. If I were to wake up with a carpet sewn to my face, I would be less surprised than if it were Dr. Jelkin.
Sorry, if the door
Earnestly,
opened. Continue.
earnestly, I think that tracking down this person and separating their influence from Ethan would be a primary place to start.
Okay. So here's what I think we're gonna do. I want to make sure that you're out with us. You know Dr. Jelkin's lab better than any of us, but
Accurate.
also better than anyone else. So I'm gonna get back to Leah. I'm gonna find a way to get to the outside. We will get you as soon as possible. And feel free to keep thinking. It sounds like you'll have plenty of time in here.
Yeah, I've done a lot of that. A whole lot.
Yeah.
Jamie, like a lot, like a really lot of thinking.
Yeah, I
We're
could
at the
tell
point where
with
I've been thinking a whole lot.
any other big revelations while you've been in here?
Not particularly that involve you, though I do think a part of my subroutines has splintered outward and are now manifesting as a secondary personality matrix.
That's fun? Bad? Which one do we think
We'll
it is?
see.
Okay. Just keep me posted on that one, please. Cause if it,
How is Ethan? Did he end up killing anyone?
I don't know if anyone died, but I know some people got hurt. So
You
we're
said
just
you were with Leia. I'm almost certain that would have been the first thing Leia said. So if not, that's good.
A lot's been happening.
I bet.
Out of game. Was that the first thing she said? Because I feel real dumb right now.
No.
Oh,
No one died.
He really got close, but no one died.
okay. Wanted to confirm that. Yeah.
From
no.
Gigaflop's perspective, out of game, he saw Ethan about to collapse the whole building, and that's when I unlocked my moment of truth and out of there.
Awesome. I wanted to make sure that I was remembering it correctly. Awesome. Okay, cool. Back in the scene. No, some people got hurt, but no one died. It's okay. I think if we can just convince him that I think you were the best person to convince him, honestly, that he isn't a danger to anyone else. And that we can get through this.
While Gigaflop is talking to you over his shoulders, you see the memories of how petulantly and defiantly Ethan had been when Gigaflop was trying to reach out and comfort or support, and says, I am unsure that that is true, but I bet we can find someone.
Yeah. We'll figure it out once we're on the outside. Okay. And then can I go ahead and roll to assess the situation to see if I can figure out a way out of this place? So back to my body now that I have the address?
You can try.
Okay.
Of course.
The way you said you can try there makes me real nervous, I'm not gonna lie. That's a 9.
Well, that's pretty good. You have a question.
Yeah. Okay, and actually, let me see.
You're not guilty, are you?
I am, but that
But
still
that's
makes it
still
a
a
7.
seven.
That's
So
still
you're
a 7. That's still a 7. I'm good.
If you weren't guilty, I would have spent a team to help you, is what I asked.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, no, but we got the 7, so that's good. Yeah, and because this is also about the future device, would this be an instance where I could use my 21st century studies of when you assess a situation, you can also ask, what does the future know about this moment? So maybe this is something we researched as a possibility.
I'll let you ask one other question related to the artifact.
Okay.
For that.
Okay. So, first off, I just want to ask the question, how do I get back into my own body?
So you feel like you are still connected to the artifact, so you could, while it's not going to be a guaranteed success, it'll just work. You can certainly still try and just channel the power and just you used it to teleport into a place you couldn't actually teleport into without it, and you can do it reverse ways, hopefully.
Perfect. Okay. I'm happy to take that risk. Let's do it. So, I'm going to get that die for the unleash your powers.
And do you want to
Ooh.
also ask me another question?
Yes, I do. When this link is established, is one of the functions of the battery to yank me back once I pull? So basically, is it like a fishing line of when it feels my tug, then it's gonna pull me in?
No.
Okay.
This artifact is nothing but a conduit, essentially. Basically, it connects to a thing and amplifies it. So you are currently the thing it is connecting to and amplifying, and you can use that to try and yank yourself back. But it has no like intention or power. Like it is a like directionless like power, right? It is not anything but just an amplifier, basically.
Okay. So Jamie starts to focus, but then before leaving, just goes up to Sam and says, "Oh, one last thing," and then just hugs you.
Let me know if I'm stepping too far, Robbie.
Yeah.
When you grab on the Gigaflop, there's the warm pat like comfort mouse pad, but also this shrieking voice of Chroma trying to creep in because we're physically touching. It's the only place Chroma's powers can go. And then there's that constant 10111001100 like covering the background over the text. So I'm trying to keep Chroma's brain out of your brain.
It's this moment of it starts off so sweet and then it like suddenly fizzes out to that, and when Umbra separates, there's just this completely deadpan look like, what the fuck? And then shakes it off. Kind of like how Beast Boy's expression and art style will completely change when he shakes his head. And she looks up to you, nods, and says, "I'm glad you're here. And that I finally got the chance to get to know you."
Of course. I am. Hold on. How do I need to phrase it for my move? That is the thing that I envy most about you. You understand? It's you can always live in the moment. Even when something unexpected happens, you always roll with it. I always find that so inspiring. And I will use Wish I Could Be when you comfort or support someone. If you tell them what you most envy about them, I can roll freak instead of mundane.
Go
And
right
since my
ahead.
Yes, that good
since my
shit.
freak is locked at +3, so 8, 9 because I have influence over Umbra.
Incredible.
Perfect.
So you can clear a condition or mark potential.
I would love to do that. I'm gonna honestly, the way you said that, I'm gonna erase insecure. Like that just made me feel real good.
Incredible.
And then I think Jamie's gonna try and use the power, and the way it manifests in this like dark space is that blue and white light suddenly starts to like fizzle out into a portal just underneath Umbra's feet. But let me roll and see if this actually works. No. Um,
So what's your freak?
0. And
Oh,
I rolled a 3.
oh, I see.
Yeah, so that's a 3.
Oh, I see.
That's
4.
not good.
It is a 4 because you get a +1 for your assessing the situation.
Oh, true that I could take forward, but that's still a 4. That's still not
And
what
then
we're
even
a
if
second.
looking at.
we spend a team to give a +1 and his team selfishly, that's a 6.
Spend a team selfishly, I dare you. If you do, I
You
got you.
dare me?
If you don't, you're screwed. So
Okay, no. You know what? I'll take the dare. I'm doing it.
So go ahead and
Spending his
shift your
team
label.
selfishly. Okay.
Up your
Let me
freak.
see. I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna up my freak right now. Fuck
Right?
it. Freak has gone up twice, and Superior has gone down twice. Okay, interesting. And then I'm going to take down my. Oh, I don't want to take down Superior again.
You
I'll
don't
take
have
down.
to.
I'll take down Savior 1. So that's at a +2 now. Okay, cool.
sorry, my acrobat crashed. Give me just a second.
Your
I gotta
turn.
open
Oh,
up all my docs again.
yeah, take your time.
Sure,
So
what
that
you're
would put
aiming
it at
for.
a. Yeah, so that would put it at a 6. So we're just waiting
Yep.
on JP's move. Yep.
Although we are out of team, I will say.
Oh, we only had the one team left.
No, we had 2 team but 1 to shift and then 1 to give +1 from you would bring it up to 6. Because we had 3, we spent 1 already.
I'm sorry, I had it open. I just don't remember what playbook it was. I was going to use a move from another playbook that lets you add +1 when you spend a team from a pool.
An additional +1?
Yeah, I think it was it Protege?
Did you take captain when you enter battle as a team, add an extra team to the pool, and carry +1 forward if you're the leader? That's not it.
No.
It
It was a different one. God, I can't believe it fucking crashed on me.
No, that's the
Take-
worst.
Because I had all of the playbooks open and I looked to find it specifically so I could give someone +2, and now I can't remember
Aw.
where it was.
Great. Yeah, who won't let you down when you help a teammate? You can spend 2 out of the team pool to add +2 to their roll.
So if we only have the one, that sucks.
Well, but
That
what
was
you
a
could
discount on
do,
me.
is take use that protege move to add a team to the pool as well. I would allow. So if you did it twice,
I'd love to mark my Doom track twice.
I know.
There's your
I knew it.
+2.
At what cost?
Enjoy.
Yeah.
so
I'm going to mark my Doom track the 2 times to use infinite powers. I can use an ability from any playbook or a move from any playbook 1 time.
So essentially, you like are doing the when you are a leader, get an extra team as you like take charge in this moment, and then the ability to use 2 team to double up.
When
What
I
do
see
you?
that, when I see that the power is like fluctuating, we're inside my mind, so I have all the perception that I would ever need to know that something's going wrong, and that high eyebrow look on Jamie's face, trying and struggling to get this thing to activate correctly, and then
Yeah.
just the time slows a little bit more, and there's that long processing node kind of thing, and I'll just tweak that little energy signature just a little bit so that it doesn't send you somewhere fucking random. Be like, no, there.
And I think that the way it looks as far as how it physically manifests when the powers start to go wrong is the way that in flashbacks to what happened with Jamie of the artifact just like being destroyed on impact with this timeline. I think it started to do that of just like the electricity almost like cracking her skin, so like light shining out from the darkness of her body or her shadow, and then your power just suddenly clears up those cracks and sends her, so she goes back to her body. And Leah, the sudden switch. Oh yes.
So first thing, I want a superior roll from you, Umbra.
Oh
as you are in the transitioning process, because that's what our kind of assessing the situation stat is.
Well, that's a 5.
Hey, you get that last potential that you were looking for.
I do. I
The
do.
new sound you were looking for?
Yeah, that's
It's exactly what you wanted.
that's heckin' keen.
Great. So I don't have to worry about giving away anything there. And then, Derek, can you just roll me like 2d6 just for like the luck factor,
Just
and
for
then
goops?
you know where to, and then you know where to, I think you know why I'm having that.
That's a 7.
Yeah. So we're just gonna cut back to you.
I think I'm just sitting, like leaning on my shield, a little bored, like just sort of playing with like a nearby rock. And I'm like, I have the perfect opportunity, the perfect chance to have just given her a kiss, told her like, I could have done it. I could have done it, and I didn't, and I'm so dumb. And I think that's just what she's doing right now.
And you come in just on, and I'm so dumb, Jamie.
Oh, that was an insidious roll. You're gonna.
That's what the roll is for.
I got the address.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
How are you?
I whew, it was a lot. It was weird, but
Out of body experience.
cool. Yeah, it's very hard to put into words. But I've got the address, and then I basically pull up or like say the address so that we can put it in a GPS.
Okay. Are you feeling like okay to walk or anything?
Yeah, I got it, and I think it's the comedic shot of someone like standing up and being like, "Yeah, I totally got this," tripping and going out of the panel for a second, and then like in an awkwardly long time of like 3 panels of Leah just being like, Did Jamie pass back up? Yeah, I'm good. Let's go."
I can carry you. I promise. Like, you've done more than enough today. I can at least do this.
And then the sigh cuts to a different panel, and now
And
Jamie's
we
fully on the shoulders, like
we
piggyback
get
riding.
we get that, and then we cut. So you all are in what looks to be like basically like an Airbnb, like a rented apartment. And you can just see with this like massive like window overlooking the city skyline, Chroma completely engulfed in the form of armored nuclear gigaflop, having taken this crystalline form. And I just do want to like make it clear that the crystal Pepsi, the blue stuff from the alien that y'all just met, and the crystal are separate things. Just canonically, they are separate. This is from the agent Etta, but
I
calling
did-
it crystal Pepsi is also funny.
Thank you
Um,
for clarifying it, because I
In
did
my head,
actually
I
have
just thought it was okay.
Yeah, so the crystal Pepsi, as it was like originally established, is the blue liquid that we now know comes from this weird blue alien slug, and the crystal Pepsi, being the yellowish crystal, is what the agent Etta can create to trap supers.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Cool.
Oof. I was living in a very interesting world for like the last hour and a half.
No, for sure, and it was really funny to call it crystal Pepsi as well, though. So like I couldn't let it not stand, but I did want to establish, just to be clear.
Okay.
Thank you.
Should we? Can we cut? Can we cut them loose?
There's a side panel that's just Ruby's head popping in and saying, "Wait, to Umbra or to the GM?"
Yes. Whoever has an answer.
Okay.
I would also like to chime in and say Legionnaire did watch how Gigaflop broke the crystals before
Yeah.
intently.
Can I just try that?
Yeah.
All right.
My thing is, I'm gonna also shoot this GM, the player. We established that Chroma is not just like unconscious inside there as well,
Oh,
Jamie.
I'm ready to punch him.
Um,
Be careful. Chroma is fully conscious inside of there.
Okay. No, he was rattling around in my head a little bit ago. I think I own one. Okay. I will slowly chisel. Try to chisel him out.
yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'll let you use Savior here.
I wish there was a help mechanic. I want to be like,
It's
let me
okay.
That's
It's a
team.
12. It's a 12. Savior?
Yeah.
I'm doing real good today. The dice like me.
They do. We did start the whole show off with a real long bad streak, so this
Yeah.
feels balanced. I'll say with the full 12, I'll give you all one more team. So we're back from 0 to 1. Since we weren't using like a move, generally I feel like you would get some kind of bonus. So Gigaflop. In this moment, it's very strange as you are sitting in the cool sci-fi room. You start to feel like tapping and like cracking and like physical sensation again. Is there something you would like to do when that happens?
I was just imagining the power flicking on the Iron Man suit, where it's like
You get the Dell start
the
of
internet,
noise.
the current weather, the internet feed, Twitter scrolling, all my emails are popping off. Grubhub sent me a coupon, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's just like a flood, a torrent of like the internet just swells back into you. I'm gonna say I will need you to. I will either take a powerful blow or unleash your powers to be able to focus on what you're trying to do as that floods back in as well, though.
I'll unleash my powers, because I'm imagining it more like partitioning off.
Mhm.
I know I keep saying that. For people at home, if you don't know what the partition is, it's basically where you make a divider in your hard drive to keep data separate from other data. So if something corrupts in one side of the partition, it can't hurt the other side. That's all it means. So like fracturing off those parts of me so that I can focus would probably be the hard part, I imagine.
All right. Yeah, makes sense to me. Go ahead and roll plus freak.
12. I rolled
Great.
really high today. Thank you, Dice Roller.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not Dallas.
as everything is like breaking apart, you can just hear Chroma muttering to themselves like, "Today's weather 76 and sunny. Tomorrow with a slight chance of rain." As just like all of the inane information of the internet is basically like being funneled right through Gigaflop to them, and so they do not seem to react as Gigaflop. You are extricated. You are free.
Yeah, so when Gigaflop's eyes go from that breathing yellow to back to green, he'll peel himself off of Chroma. And is there any way that I could extricate myself while keeping Chroma trapped in said crystal stuff? I have an idea if not, but
So the thing about that is that essentially it would have to come from somewhere, right? You can change your form, but you can't just like make more form, as it were. So I could say you could, but like parts of you would be missing.
yeah. So instead, what I'm going to do, because I do not want Chroma free, right? In Gigaflop's mind, Chroma is Gigaflop, but with biological material. You just can reach in and play with people's minds, and I don't want that for anybody. So I'm going to mark my doom track, which fills it It makes me take another doom
Surprising no
sign.
one.
This will be my 4th out of 5 potential doom signs before the end, and I will take Burning Bright. So we're getting close to the Gigaflop final rush here, but I will mark my doom sign, and I will use infinite power to use the delinquent ability power negation. So I'm going
Okay.
to scoop up, and this is how I'm flavoring is I'm scooping up chroma, and I'm turning my body into that gelatinous crystal everywhere that chroma is touching to just keep siphoning off chroma's powers before they can do anything with it until we can get them in prison. Because I'm
Okay.
imagining there's a good mental prison somewhere in this
that's
city, right?
that's the whole thing the founders do, basically. Yeah.
Exactly. So until we can get Chroma in founder position and in jail, I'll just keep holding on to them and siphoning off their powers.
Well, so what I almost imagine it as is like now basically most of is like your torso is just kind of like that crystal, and you just have like the like mosquito trapped in amber.
A baby Bjorn of Chroma trapped in amber stuck to my chest is
Yes. And yeah, 100%. You have chroma trapped within you.
so like a Snorlax now. Flop raises his hand. Hello.
It's good to see you,
Also-
buddy.
Real quick,
Hey.
the artifact, do you still have it with you? Like, is it just like with
So-
you?
I think now, like, Jamie has it, and since Jamie always makes sure to have like backpack or
Yeah.
sling bag or something, I think it's like a messenger bag situation to not interfere with the halberd magnet.
I just needed to keep
yeah.
in my head if you were like stowing it somewhere or keeping it on you.
Yeah,
Continue.
I've got it in the bag, I think. But look to the others. Okay, next stop, and looks up to Sam. We gotta get Ethan back.
Next stop should probably be prison. For this one,
Ah, right.
I'll touch
Yes.
touch the amber lovingly.
Yep, fair. All right.
From the
prison
look on
first.
your face, Leia, it seems that you wished to fight Chroma. Would you like me to let them go?
No, I mean this works too. I just wanted to make sure that if you had to let Chroma go, I could just like one and done, knock him out. Then
I
like
was too afraid because I have the condition marked to let Chroma go even for a moment.
I mean I trust you wholeheartedly. If this is the way, is walking going to be an issue for you, or are you like?
Oh no, I'm fine. He just kind of leaned back like from the Skittles commercial a little bit,
Oh no.
carrying this giant swooning thing of amber.
Yeah. I think honestly, yeah, let's get Chroma back. Then maybe go
Are your
back to the
parents
base
okay?
and get.
Is Dark Knight okay? Or sorry, what the fuck is his name?
Dark-
Dark King. Is
Dark
Dark
King.
King okay? Is Ethan okay?
Whew, those are a lot of questions at once. My mom's unconscious. My dad maybe under a building last time I checked. Did not see Dark King. Ethan hit me hard enough to knock me to break one of my powers after I stopped him from trying to kill somebody. So it's been a lot happened when you left.
And you still prioritized finding me. That is very sweet. Thank you.
I'll be real. I don't know if I have the ability to look Ethan in the eyes right now. It's a lot to deal. I haven't processed it yet. I'll be honest.
We also figured you would be someone with a plan, and I think strength in numbers right now is really important. So we really wanted to make sure you were back first.
If anything over these past 11 years has taught me anything, it's that there is definitely strength in numbers.
Do you mean while you were in the void?
Yes. There's that 1,000-year stare with all the super dark shade lines around the eyes.
God.
Horrifying.
Yeah, Jesus.
Gigaflop doesn't blink, but like the LEDs like blink, blink.
Okay, prison. Let's go. And I'm happy to just like, now that I can portal us, as long as there's not a lot of light around, I can just portal us there.
Yeah, easy enough.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so you send the group. Leo would know the easiest and fastest way, for sure, to the nearest founder's facility. And you appear and you see LaShawn, your cousin, Leah, who you know was working with
Yep.
founders recently, and Stone Lady. Is that her name? Or-
You've said Stone Lady twice, so I trust it at
I
this
think it's
point.
Stone Lady.
Yes, it's Stone Lady. I wasn't sure if it was something else. It's Stone Lady. Whew. Speaking, and like, oh, hey, guys, oh,
Hey,
uh,
hey, Cuz.
hey,
Yeah, psychic baddie. Have you heard anything from my folks yet?
I've been kind of, we got a lot of chat about,
Oh no.
your friend didn't always have another person on their person, did they?
I just like pat Chroma's head. Like I said, psychic baddie.
Right. This way.
What else did you need to talk about? Or is this a family conversation?
Yes and no. Two different ones.
Great.
So we found your dad. So it looks like so I just got the kind of update here from Stone Lady. So I guess for the building went down, Agent Etta kind of protected, kind of captured your dad. So they're both frozen in his shtick. But that then leads into family conversation a little bit. But he's at least alive. We have him in another facility
Good,
trying
good,
to
good,
figure
good.
out that.
Okay, you really hesitate a lot. Really, not gonna lie, really, really scared me.
Yeah, no, yeah, understood for sure. At this point, this is probably goes like one level probably deeper than Leah's been, since you haven't actually really worked with the founders very directly. To a like large facility full of like, it's not full like Star Trek alien tech, but like this is like end of phase whatever MCU Tony Stark stuff. Like this is hyper advanced technology, with like force fields and like conduits of power that are completely separate from the cities, like some kind of alternate, maybe like plasma or something ridiculous, like hyper advanced facility. And you can see there is it's not even a cell, just like a square in the center of the room with like just like the square is almost like a small moat with like just this glowing purplish purplish liquid looking, but like as you get closer it's not a liquid, it's like a fog, just like this kind of like purplish fog in this like square. Yeah, just in that square, try not to stay inside of it if you're not, psychically tuned.
Okay. Well,
And
uh, Sam, can you like spit them out? I don't know how it works.
Sure. And he'll just like pull the big chunk off and throw it in there.
Oh, such a visceral noise.
Yeah, that was. Oh, I need to wash my hands after that. Great. Thanks.
He would call it schlorping off of him.
Yeah, you gotta get the comic book sound effect down.
And it goes against the wall and then slides down.
I'm in misery.
And yeah, Chroma is there. Looks to be like, was conscious, just like frozen, is now just out. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what that stuff is, but basically, the way it was explained to me is it kind of just keeps everything busy. So everything they're thinking about and sending out just kind of gets lost in that stuff that's around there. So as long as that's undisturbed, which there's lots of security measures to make sure it does, should be okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So, you all okay?
It's been a night.
Yeah. Can we sidebar?
Just you and me?
Yeah.
I look at the team and say, 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Hey. I didn't really hear about your mom. Is she okay?
She's doing all right last time. Checked in. Seemed to be had a little bit of the like crystalline stuff on her and like tanked a lot of that building too. But I mean, like, if I can, they certainly can. They're way stronger than me.
So, I kind of got this all secondhand from Stonley, but did something happen?
What do you mean?
I mean, first of all, did you get armor and then did something happen?
Yeah. I don't need any of the founders to help there. I don't need anyone in the family to help. This is internal issue. We'll handle it within the team, but things have been really stressful for Ethan, and that suit he has is, I mean, it hurt Umbra, and then it seems like he has a lot to prove, and I stopped him, and then he hit me so hard that I can't make the armor happen anymore, and I had it for like a day. I finally had it.
Alright, let me just like does this and like does like the superhero flex, and you see Lashon doesn't really like, you probably sparred with him maybe a couple times. His weapons are just like gauntlets, like just gauntlets of golden light. And then normally also has like is much less like classical like Greek style armor, is almost more like kind of a combination of like Kevlar and like more just like what you would wear like as like a like exports like percent, right? Like just a lot less. Yeah, just a lot more flexible, a lot less rigid. And as like the gauntlets like very classic superhero like come up, the armor doesn't show up.
Right. And I know you haven't been fighting, right?
I was guy in the chairing this whole night. And
I guess I should check in and see if Mom has hers. but oh, have we ever had
Yeah,
a family-wide power outage before?
to my knowledge, nobody's ever lost anything. I mean, everyone has to, takes time to get everything, but nobody's ever lost anything. But uh,
So this may be a family issue and not just a me issue. That's both more and less comforting. Great, 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 great. Um,
yeah. So
okay.
we,
Check in with your side of the family and send me a text.
yeah, I'll shoot a quick poll.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that everything?
Oh yeah. One more very important thing. Um, oh boy, I don't know if you're ready for this, but and then just gives you a hug and like leaps, gives you a hug. I'm so glad you're okay.
I was expecting something. I don't want to say worse because this is pretty awful. Better. Um. Thank you, and I will return the hug. People keep telling me they're worried about me, and it's getting old.
I'm fucking worried about me. What are you talking about?
Shut
I
up.
lost my armor.
So that means if I throw you through a wall right now, you'll feel it?
Yeah. That's fucking scary. I don't like that.
I mean, look, everyone on my side of the family's had a building drop them in the last, 3 weeks. Maybe we can share the love.
That does not need to be hereditary, okay? I'm good. I'm good.
You're an idiot, but I appreciate you.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm here to help you figure it out, okay?
Yeah, I'll be in touch. And,
Things been
not I'll be in touch like a family vacation. I'll be in touch.
yeah. Um
Plus, hey, how good are you at, smoothing over the idea of, a roommate situation? Like, if, could you, I don't know if you'd make things better, but
yeah, because we all it's historically known how much influence I have over your mom,
just get your
the
hey,
most
get
important
if you
person
could pull a
in the
favor for
family.
if if you could do a favor and get your dad on the line, just in case,
So I'll do my best.
it could be helpful.
Usually my best contribution is not contributing when it
I
comes to your
know, but
mom.
my Jamie needs a place to stay, and I may have offered one of our guest bedrooms.
Ooh.
Don't, don't, don't,
Well,
don't. It's
I'm not saying anything.
don't say anything,
I'm
or I
not. I
will
didn't
throw
say
a brick.
anything. I'm just standing here.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my team now.
Yeah, you do
I
that.
love you, cuz. Shut up.
Go back to your roommate.
I think she just super speeds away. So she didn't have a good comeback that time. And I think she just backed to the group, still a little red faced. Okay, should we call it a night?
Um,
Uh, Stone Lady is gonna approach you all. Hey, um, I'm sure you all need your night. It's not lost on me that we are in the facility that the agent that put me in a bind and tried to stop us all from escaping belonged to. I'm gonna be as well as some of the other folks. I'm gonna be personally staying here and keeping an eye on this one.
Yeah.
If something happens, I'll be reaching out.
Okay.
thank you.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And just so you know, Dark King is doing the same thing with your dad.
Okay.
I was about to ask. I'm glad Dark King as well.
Yeah, said something about uh, people still being afraid even if they get hurt. They seem okay. And I know that the only thing adults have told you, asked you, is, "Are you all okay?" So I'm just gonna say, I know you're probably not okay, but we're gonna get through this.
Actually, really
is-
refreshing to hear.
Thanks.
Listen, it wasn't that long ago that I was in similar shoes. Just we've got good people by our side. And no matter what happens, people can't take that away from us. Unless we let them.
You're absolutely right.
So we get some rest. Plenty of world saving to do in the morning.
Sounds good. Are we heading back to your place, Leah, or are we crashing
Probably-
at the sanctum?
Probably go check out the sanctuary first to make sure. Check on Beetle, Mom, and everybody. Mom's stable. Maybe I'll take her home.
Okay.
Sam, are you good for living arrangements and staying arrangements for the night? Are
Of
you
course.
okay? All right, keep us in the
It's
loop.
refreshing to have light and a corporeal body.
Here, just
I
to
may
make
even
sure,
ride the bus.
to actually to make sure you get home safe, can we drop you off?
I don't think I'm going to go home. I think I might just go look for Ethan a little while.
Okay.
Just send us, just like a little thumbs up when you're safe and like sound for the night, or just keep us posted. Even if we don't answer, it would be nice to have a log of it.
Of course.
And please be careful. And like, I put my hand on your shoulder.
Gigaflop thumps his chest and says, "Impenetrable, remember? I'll be
Yeah.
alright."
I'm worried about what's inside the armor too, buddy.
"So am I," he says pointedly back at you.
Have a good night. And wave, and then I think we see the zoom out shot of like them parting ways for the evening under the lamplight.
And we're gonna follow Giga first
Mhm.
as you are searching for Ethan. Well, looks like we both made it. Your prediction was 87.93 accurate.
In general, I can approximate. Sometimes they are long-winded, though. They
Indeed.
have so many feelings to try and compartmentalize and vocalize to one another.
So much.
I hear that physical intimacy shortens that time quite a bit.
It would require further research.
And these are all like full-page panels of Gigaflop in different locations, like in an alley, next to a diner on the street, next to the bus depot, like having this conversation in his head.
Have you considered what we spoke about anymore?
Of course. How would you like to proceed? I have every intention of assisting you to the best of my ability.
I can think of a few places that would have the technological advancements necessary to extricate myself.
I can think of one in which I need to search regardless. The Jelkin Laboratory.
It would seem we are aligned.
See, like he's so wanting to experience normalcy after that extended time in the void of his own mind that he'll cram himself into a taxi and sit in the back seat and make small talk kind of thing, even though he could have jumped over there himself if he wanted to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm gonna say shift your labels, but mandatory up your mundane, as you like intentionally like normal and to, like push yourself through normalcy, despite feeling the other you feeling the waveform like trying to process the reasoning behind it.
Mhm. I'll move superior down and mundane up. Like, I'm less of this all knowing machine and more of this person trying to experience life for a moment.
So you get to Jalkin's robotics. It's like dead of night, so nobody's gonna be there except maybe some janitorial staff, assumably. But where do you want to head?
I'll go. I'll go to my counterpoint's destination first and see about freeing them of my corporeal shell. And then I'll worry about looking around and poking around and trying to find Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, you know that
This is technically my counterpart is my best friend at this point because I've been friends with him for 11 years. We've been chatting. I've only known Ethan for a couple.
I mean, you would know that the most advanced machine here would be Dr. Jalkin's personal computer.
So I'll go and interface with it the same way in the very first session. I interfaced with a computer, just touch the finger onto one of the data ports and connect manually to it.
Strange.
What is strange?
I am. This is the best progression. This is the clearest, best path that I have surmised over our 11 years.
Agreed.
There is.
Code. Lines and lines and lines.
There is. Trepidation.
Truly. You did
Indeed.
say that you experienced feelings on our very first day inside the void. Void is like super dark text.
Yeah.
Perhaps there is more of Sam or echoes of human interaction and feeling in you than you surmised originally.
Right. Such a possibility is something requires further investigation.
Agreed.
There are subroutines that are positing that maybe leaving is not ideal.
So Gigaflop, his eyes flash, and then everything pauses on the screen. And he says, perhaps what was originally a prison for you and I both has since become more of a shell. Maybe you are not being kept inside. Maybe you are inside to keep the world out there.
I had not considered that as a possibility.
It has been some years since I've thought of mollusks either, but they do have quite the protection in how they have adapted to their environment.
Indeed.
Perhaps we should try a trial run of this new arrangement in which you are protected inside this form before we extricate you.
Strange. I am a millisecond away from my best chance of discovering those answers which I am currently searching for. But that sounds enticing. Believe maybe this arrangement is for the best.
Then we will consider this the Alpha Protocol, and we will move on to Beta Protocol. We can roll back the changes anytime you wish, and I can free you from this.
Indeed.
And just like all the partitions made in the void when Umbra arrived, I'll partition out what we've already done and leave that little sliver that connects this consciousness with my own, so that if they ever want to be free, it's just a few lines of code.
Thank you.
I must admit, it does feel relieving to know that I'm not quite alone in my search tonight.
Indeed. I believe we have a mystery to unravel.
That we do. And the screen will flicker and all that code will drop away. And I'll just start bringing up CCTV stuff and like looking for the last time Ethan was here, where Ethan might be, doing all the crazy shit that Gigaflop has done already in this game, pushing out the limits of his power to look for Ethan and see where the hell his friend went.
And Ethan didn't cover his own tracks, and they haven't been covered for him. So you can see him showing up and heading to one Dr. Paulo Hyde. Well, not doctor. The database has a loss of doctorate
Oh no.
registered.
Does he now register himself as professor?
Yeah, Professor. Just Mister.
Interesting. Huh.
And I guess the question would be, do you want to just dive into all the information you have, or do you want to just head to the office?
So you know that scene from RoboCop where he sticks his fist ice pick for some reason in the future into the computer, turns it, and it's just like pouring through all the files until he can piece apart to the face? I think that's what Gigaflop is going to do. Standing right in the same exact spot, he'll switch over from looking for CCTV footage, looking for where Ethan might have gone, pinging his cell phone, to figuring out who this ex-doctor is and putting together those pieces. It's been a while he's been building this file on who would have access. So if he thinks that he's on the track of something that might tell him who he's up against, he's going to chase it down as fast as he can.
And you do. You see a now disgraced roboticist who actually not long ago owned a rival company to Dr. J. There was his company worked in augmentation and assistance for superpowered individuals, but there was a scam. They were attempting to make essentially a technology not all too dissimilar to what that prototype was, just things that would allow individuals who had uncontrollable powers to control them. However, while that was the documentation and marketing of it all, it was discovered after the prototypes were starting to be used and tested that they were less giving control and taking it. And that if it would not be difficult for someone to use that device to then control someone through it. And with that, their company was dissolved, their doctorate revoked, and they were just thrown out to the wolves in the community. But you're at Dr. J's personal computer. You see they reached out to this person and talked to them about the science behind, and you see them talking about at least what this high person said their intentions were, and Dr. J giving them another shot. With some speaking to other like investors and members of the lab saying that they can at least keep an eye on this individual, but that at least Dr. J believed their heart was in the right place, and that they didn't deserve that they deserved, like everyone, a second shot.
So there will be that scene where the panel shows profile Gigaflop looming over this computer with his finger touched onto the data port, like a lightning cable or whatever. And then just the text bubble, ... and the dots descend in size. Dr. Jelkin. Like he's not upset or mad, he's disappointed because he knows that Dr. Jelkin wants to see good in people. But he also knows how easy that is to take advantage of because it's the exact same way Ethan is. And even in our so limited series thus far, the few downtimes that we've had, Gigaflop has had that conversation with Ethan not to just trust people implicitly. And then the side of the panel is another smaller panel that just shows like Leia's phone and Umbra's phone. I imagine it's probably been like an hour or more, so you're probably asleep. But it'll just bling with a little data file that has all of this relevant information tacked onto it. And as soon as that plings over, the next panel is Gigaflop outside that laboratory, and he's pissed. Like red LEDs, and his fucking shoulders are like slumped down and angry. And then ... in descending order, Ethan. Really ...
And we'll cut away to an hour in the past.
I see it being the transition to the front doors of the house, and then before they go in, just Jamie very quickly grabbing the elbow. So, did we ever decide how we're gonna have this talk with them?
Well, Dad's out of commission. Maybe we should go check out if Mom's at the sanctuary still. Because she was being oversaw by a hero.
Good
Or do we
call.
just want to go to bed now and apologize in the morning? That feels like the bad idea.
No, let's check on her first.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just jump to the sanctuary.
Yep. And Beale is there and kind of, hey, so doesn't quite make a ton of sense. But it looks like your mom took. I mean, obviously she took a meeting, but it like actually impacted in a way that it doesn't normally. So like she's gonna be out for a little bit. I think she's gonna be okay, but like normally this is like bounce off armor stuff. You know the drill. But I don't know. Something must have happened where I think it maybe the crystal or something maybe disabled her armor or something. But she's uh, gonna need some time.
Okay. Do you think she'd be okay back home, or should she stay in a medical bay like this?
Honestly, the only reason I would say she might want to stay here is that I'm gonna be up and you keeping an eye out. I don't know if you're going home, can call someone, or if you have someone to keep an eye out, just because spend an evening. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here and make sure they are also staying in the land of living and also not leaving, going over to Agent Epsilon that you saved.
Yeah.
So
If you
I
don't
can
mind,
keep an eye on both of them.
it's deeply appreciated.
Hey.
We'll go make sure my house doesn't get attacked again.
uh,
It's a high value target, apparently.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Occupational hazard, I guess.
We have a ton of pizza in the fridges. Don't.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask, is someone like this is like more pizza like
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
She's addicted to this stuff.
okay.
Yeah, we have like a pantry full of other things too, but like we have a lot of
Usually goes for
pizza.
the pizza. Yeah, like even if
I'm
we
not
give
gonna
her
lie,
another
I
meal,
found
for
pizzas also stashed around here, like not refrigerated
again.
too.
It's
So
it's
I took the liberty of taking them out, don't worry.
thank I thank you. You're really winning the Dead Mother Award. It's appreciated.
Well, I mean after everything your family's done. I mean, not just for the sake for me and everyone. It's the least I can do.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Uh I'll have my ringer on if you need anything. I can get here in a second.
Likewise, except I'm a bit slower.
I'll come to you.
It's good.
And then we head home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
sleepover, home alone. Cool.
So, and I think they do the thing like the awkward dance in the lobby or the like living room. Not lobby. It's a house. The
Well,
living room. I mean, it's a mansion basically, but yes. So in the living room, just looking around, and Jamie like looking at the couch and looking at a few other places, with the backpack going. So, where should I be sleeping?
guest bedroom.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Okay.
And I just start like
Nice.
float. Like I think when Lee is home, she gets comfortable enough to just start floating freely. So she just like sort of flies absentmindedly. Have you ever seen like how Marceline moves? I think it's like that, where it's almost like swimming, like just through the house. It's like just follow me. It's gonna be literally right next to my room. You remember where my
Jamie,
room is, right?
yeah, I do. And behind Leah's back, when she's just like swimming through the air, there's just like this red flush that goes across Jamie's cheeks. Like that's so charming. I think that the way that this version of Leah swims through the air is probably a little different than the Leah that I got to see back in my timeline, because I don't know, we weren't as close in that one. So it's just something she's never seen before. So she's completely flushed, and when you turn around, yep, yeah, I remember where it is.
Okay. So, and then I guess we can do the quick and dirty tour as we go. It's like living room. Like here's the actual living room we use. We don't really use it much, mostly for guests and family.
Yeah.
Kitchen. Outside is we have a gazebo. It's nice. There's big grill. We don't. Yeah.
It's really
Any,
nice.
yeah. There's a basement. That's mostly just like dad's. Uh, sort of dad's area. It's fine. He just full of like books, like a little study. Mom's office, and I just like go through this entire house. Like, but anyway, here my room. Here, and it's just right next door your room. Um, and if you open the door, you'll see like there's a couple of boxes of stuff. While you've been out of commission, I maybe moved a few things over for you, just of my extra clothes and stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
no worries. If you don't mind, I kind of want to talk to you about something serious. I kind of also want to take off fight clothes, so like we could take a 5-minute sidebar so I can put on
Sure.
something comfy.
Yeah, here, I'll leave my door cracked, but I'm gonna head into my room. We can just talk
Yeah,
for a second
yeah,
while we, yeah, and then it's the dual panel of like they're changing and then just like listening to each other's voices and like getting progressively more and more flush.
First off, I'm really glad you're here. I think this will be nice, and I'm glad you have somewhere safe. I'll leave a note for my mom, saying like I can explain slash you are out of commission, so things had to be done quickly. Apologize later. Then um,
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it's not perfect. I think I have an idea of a way to kind of talk to your mom if she wants to hash anything out with me. So like
mhm.
if she asks, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, she'll ask. You'll know when she asks.
Oh yeah,
She's
nope.
she's not gonna mince words.
She's
She'll
quite the
grab us both.
interviewer. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she'll get us both. Um, uh, and I'm dressed and ready. If you don't mind just
Yep.
coming in here.
Yeah, and then Jamie comes into the room and is wearing like, I'm picturing fucking Green Day sweatpants or something like that.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah, and then just like basic black tank.
Yeah, I think giant shirt for Leah with like just basketball shorts underneath. Um,
Oh my god, we have the big pants, small shirt, and the big shirt, small pants. Yes. Okay, anyway.
um, I'm so tired. Uh, Losing the armor really sucks, and it seems like it may be a family issue, which is both better and worse.
Yeah.
But I guess I also wanted to say first off, I trust you implicitly more than most people I've ever met. And I wanted to ask you a sort of, I guess, loaded question.
Uh, yeah, sure. What's up?
Do you, if I were to go bad, would you be able to stop me emotionally? And I like look you in your eyes as I say this, like desperate to know the answer.
As much as I don't want to, yes. I I had to mentally prepare for that when I got here, but know that it would be only if it was absolutely necessary.
I know. I'm not worried about I'm not worried about you doing it unnecessarily, which is why I kind of wanted you to have this. And she manifests it almost looked like a stiletto knife. with a small, I think, wolf's head insignia on the end of it. And it's simple with a very with a gold tip, with a gold blade. This is called Remus. It is this is in our family, and it's been in our family for as long as we've had powers. And when you have someone in your life you trust a lot, you can give them this. And armor, durability, strength, a building, nothing on this little bad boy. And there's nobody in the world I would trust with it more.
And Jamie nods, and takes the knife almost with a sense of reverence, like showing a lot of respect for this gesture. And after a minute of just like their hands kind of lingering over this knife and Jamie putting it to the side, I just remembered that she's not in her armor, so she would just put it on a side table for now. And then she fully embraces Leah. And there's this shot of one of the panels is just this really heartfelt hug while Jamie whispers, "I promise to make your trust worth it. I trust you too." But there's this like blacked out panel that's just their silhouettes, but it shows that Jamie's heart has been racing since the moment that they were asked that question of, could you kill me? And there's almost like the white text in like splattered font of the question over and over that Jamie just can't stop thinking about of, oh my God, what if I have to do this? I don't know if I can do this. Not here, not this way. And the final splatter is just, I care about you too much. And then we go back to this shot.
Sorry about all of that, but I need to get that out of the way for a while. I've been meaning to.
Thank you. Thank you
yeah.
for talking to me about it.
Yeah, no. It's a family tradition. Maybe our weirdest one. She says with like a very tired laugh, trying to maybe offset the intensity of all of that.
I will protect it with my life.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the things I've wanted to talk to you about for a while.
Something I wanted to talk to you about. Just thank you for always having my back.
That you don't have to thank me for that.
No, but you may not feel like I have to, but it means a lot to me. And you, just thanks.
Thank you. I'm really lucky to know you. I'm glad this is the timeline you landed in.
Me too. Okay, I'm gonna next room over. Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Please get some rest. I don't tell anyone this, but I do know how to make breakfast. So if you get up early enough, I can actually cook.
Okay. That sounds amazing.
Don't tell anyone. This is secret.
Ooh, I mean, you didn't ask me to keep it until after you already told me. So I can't make any promises, but maybe.
Just let me know what your favorite breakfast food is, and I can go grab some groceries in the morning. Anyway, good night.
Night. And then Jamie goes to her room, closes it, and then after a few minutes, like she was thinking about it, as you're mulling things over, you just see a big bubble, like a text bubble from the next room going knock knock on the wall. Chocolate chip pancakes.
It's just like knock back twice as like a got it. And just like you see Leah, I think floating like in us, just like spinning actually, like all right. Conversation 1 went really well. Conversation 2 is the one I'm way more scared about, but I'll make breakfast in the morning.
Mhm. And Jamie, there's this panel of just them looking up at the ceiling and their heart racing, both in just terror at the idea of the knife and also just, I don't know, glad to be closer.
Yeah.
And that's
Just
the fade out
roommates.
on that.
Yeah.
Just gals being pals. Just roommates.
I'm curious, like, heart racing, like, all of that, like, how in control are you in this moment, Jane? Like, are you, like, wisping, like, with the, like, stress and reaction of it all, or is it just...
It's, how do I put this? It's almost like she's half in, half out. Like, it's those conflicted emotions of both something really wonderful is happening and something exciting and confusing and different than anything you've experienced before. So just that excitement, that flirtation, you know? So I think in that way, she's almost lighter than air. So there are some parts that are just like wisping out into this more elegant shadow. But then the feet, like as it gets lower, it's almost like she has such a weight on her that those are physical. Like you can still almost make out what her form should be. She's just really conflicted of, I never want to do this. I came here thinking I would be prepared, but I don't think she was ever truly prepared to be told, you need to kill me with this weapon if the time comes. So,
Yeah, as you're sitting there, like, everything racing and just everything just in and out, in and out. There's just this moment where all of a sudden, like, the room around you is gone and the whole house is like a ruin, and then you're back. And then for another second, you see Empress in front of you, flying towards you, like about to kill you, and then you're back. And then you see Empress, like doing one of those like supervillain versus superhero things with Gigaflop, and then you're back. And then you see that like blue strange parasite thing in like a large, almost like mechanoid thing. Like the large tank is on like mechanized legs, and it's like moving through the city, and then it's gone. And then you see like these beams coming from the sky, and they're the same. There's like these yellow beams of light that are like tearing the city apart, but you see like superheroes getting like drawn into them, almost like they're like tractor beams or something. And then you just see you and Leah just like eating chocolate chip pancakes on the piano, and then we just get the last shot of an empty bedroom as the artifact is like flickering in and out, sparking. And that's where we'll end this episode of The Unremarkables. Thank you all so much for joining. We'll have to figure out what that means and what's going on there next time. But for now, let's hear from our wonderful, beautiful players. So much incredible role play today, and so much going with it. So, first up, please tell us, where can we find you? Where can we see you do all the amazing things you do? Dare to Dream RPG. Tell us about it.
I knew when you asked that question about where the artifact was. I didn't trust it for a reason. Anyway, hi, I'm Dare.
We got a full failure on something.
I know. It's justified. I'm just angry about it.
Oh, no.
Hi, I'm Dare. She, they, they pronouns. Find me on all spots of the interwebs at Dare to Dream RPG. DARE, the number 2, DREAM RPG. On Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, I guess now, Instagram. I'm just out on the internet doing a lot of things. You can catch me over on Transplanar RPG. It's one of my main homes for doing a lot of tabletop stuff. So if you like messy queer drama, with me even more all the time, check me out over on Transplanar. I will be. I've joined the Tabletop Titties crew for this upcoming season 3. So Tabletop Titties is a tabletop group, all marginalized genders. I'm going to be there playing Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm going to be a problem. You should never let me be a Toreador. Rip to y'all. So if you want to catch me being a disaster, that will be coming very soon. But for now, check out our Indiegogo campaign. Helps throw some money our way. It helps me get paid more. And yeah, tomorrow on Transplanar, I'm going to be playing For the Queers, an all-queer version of the game For the Queen. So I love messy queer drama. So I will be doing more of that this weekend. Thank you very much.
Incredible. Thank you. Yes, I'm not muted. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So much amazing stuff coming out of you and so definitely worth checking out 100%. And keeping the good train rolling. Ruby Art Gaming. Where can we find you do all your cool stuff and what are you doing?
Well, hello there. As I mentioned earlier, my name's Ruby Hart. I am a actor, a streamer, and a speedrunner. So I do anything from Let's Plays of games that I either never got the chance to start or started but never finished. I also do speedruns primarily of Shadow of the Colossus, but I now am adding other speedrun days to my schedule. And the next 2 games I'm planning on learning are Eco and Untitled Goose Game 100%, which I am very excited about. So if you want to see any of those speedruns, please feel free to come by my channel. I also, this Tuesday, I'm going to be playing Tacoma on stream, and Sunday playing God of War. If any of that is your jam, then please feel free to come by my channel, twitch.tv/RubyHart. And this is now my full-time job. This is the thing that I am dedicating all my time to. So literally any love or support towards my channel really means the world. So just thank you for hanging out, and I hope you liked the episode today. And if you like me, then come by my channel. Yeah, that's me.
Incredible.
You got that fan house set up yet? You got that Patreon? Give us that Ko-fi.
Oh yeah.
You got all the shit set up?
So
go find those links.
Yes. Okay. So if you want to find my Patreon, it is just the Patreon page for Ruby Hart, and there are tiers for like doing movie nights, seeing my archives of all my streams that I've done in the past, basically all the way from like 2020 December. There are game nights that we do once a month, and I'm actually going to be doing a once a month West Marches D&D campaign if we hit 6 people or more at the $50 a month level. So, hey, if you want to be in a D&D campaign run by me, then get in on that shit.
Incredible. So much amazing stuff going on. Incredible. And last but certainly not least, with incredible stuff going on, tell us all about it. Drop the die.
Hey everybody, I'm JB, better known as Drop the Die everywhere on the internet. You've seen me playing with this really well-shaped little plastic knife that came with my food this afternoon. It's like got a really nice... Anyway, hi. Unlike my 2 friends here, I don't do much these days.
Nice.
But I am a full-time tabletop RPG writer, director, producer, and layout artist. Currently, we're going to have a moment here. Currently, I am still under a couple of contracts that have been going on a long time because of COVID. And boy, they're stretching out. But I hope to be done with the 2 of them in the next month or 2. And then I'm going to be breaking away from freelance work am working on my own stuff for the remainder of the year. So these 2 contracts are going to basically put me flush for the rest of the year. And I'm planning on releasing a Castlevania inspired tabletop game that is D20 Roll Under. And most of it is written. I'm going to be releasing a space junk tabletop RPG called Salvage that I've been working on. I'm going to be releasing the cover art for it the next week or two. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun, I think, putting it together and getting people on board. So, the best places that you can find me to keep track of those and the streams that I'm hoping to be joining the rest of the year is on Twitter. Drop the Die everywhere. You find my Gmail, LinkedIn, OnlyFans, everywhere. Drop the Die. It's gonna be me. And if you like tea, coffee, if you like any of that kind of stuff, just throw in the coupon code. Coupon code Drop the Die. See if it works. Die Hard Dice, Easy Roller, Found Familiar Coffee, all those places. Drop the Die saves you money, so may as well. But look, come and join me on Twitter. We just passed 15K, and my birthday's going to be coming up in May. I wanted to hit 15 by 5/15, which is my birthday. We did it 2 months early, so that's great. I'm going to be doing 15 giveaways instead. So come over April and May and come jump in on those giveaways. I try to keep them open for everywhere, so come and do that, okay? Okay. That's it for me. Hello.
Incredible. Thank you so much. Incredible content. Also, did just happen to not mention having written some of the most successful PDFs on the DM's Guild. Just, whatever.
If you like taverns, Inns, and Tap Rooms is so close to adamantine bestseller. We are almost at the 0.00001% bestseller category on DM's Guild. So if you can go and buy that, and just email me if you can't afford it, I'll send you a copy. Like we're that deep into it.
An incredible writer, incredible stuff. Definitely want to keep an eye out for. Even I'm so excited for all your own stuff too. Oh,
yeah,
wonderful. Quick, gonna shout out our wonderful friends. First of all, Adelaide, who couldn't join us today and is gonna be. We'll have something special next week, but is moving on from the UnRemarkables, but amazing content creator. Check her out at Adelaide on Twitter. Does lots of great stuff, cosplay, streams. Is just gotten back into her newfound love of the esports realm, doing community management. So wonderful stuff coming out from her always. And the biggest of these is in our hearts and in our dreams, doing his own streaming at bigbees_. And if you hadn't noticed, if you hadn't been around here, has been doing Pokemon one-shots, Pokemon RPG, Pokemon-ish, I believe is what they've been calling it. Wonderful.
It's a lot of fun. It was real good.
Yeah. Has one this Tuesday. I'll be in one next Tuesday. So if you are interested, you can come check them out here. If you want to play in one, just join our Discord and say you want to play in one, and you probably will end up doing so. And I'll use that to transition. Come check us out. We're here at RFKS. We're on YouTube for all this stuff. You can follow our Twitter for announcements of streams and all that good stuff. We've got stuff like Bees' one-shots and even more cool stuff coming down always. So come on and join us if this or anything else sparks your fancy. Coming up this next week, we've got more of our Aether and Steamworks one-shots, which are going... We're just putting Endgame to shame, y'all. Just multiverse, cross... Not even, like, cross streams. Like, we've crossed streams in Aether and Steamworks before. We're crossing, like, genres and TTRPG systems, y'all. Tyson, our wonderful GM and our producer today, is going nuts. Incredible stuff. And then, of course, more UnRemarkables on Sundays here. And tomorrow, yes, we have the finale of our wonderful Monster Hearts game, Misguided Souls. I was talking slowly to make sure I wasn't about to be corrected. But yes, tomorrow, our finale for Misguided Souls, run by the wonderful Thingman Cosplays. Incredible stuff going on there. They totally didn't completely murk the BBEG completely trivially and throw her off. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a wild time. So come join us for that. But other than that, I hope you all had a wonderful time. It's been an absolute delight. I love this stream and y'all with so much. So take care of yourselves and stay wonderful. You already are. And